See?
I
I take the chewing as a no. Also, want to turn up the fan in here because now it's kind of warm for me. So I don't know if that shows up in the background or not.
I'm just waiting for
Whenever I
you
talk,
right
that
now.
is. Well, I'm very much good whenever.
Well,
So,
let's go. It's a me, Mario.
I think that last part just got definitely got in there. The it's a me Mario. I think that got put in there. Oh, of course, of course.
And for anyone wondering, no, we're not going to talk about Chris Pratt.
We already did that. There's a reaction video on my channel of Animus React. Here's a very early plug. Animus Reactus. Go there if you want to watch our reaction to 2 trailers ago for Mario. We didn't do the last one because the last one was Game Awards. I reacted to that. It just hasn't been uploaded yet. Because it's a lot to fucking sift through, okay? There's a lot from the Game Awards that I need to do, which we'll talk about as well during this.
Oh, fuck, I forgot to watch it. I only paid attention to
Well,
the
okay,
winner.
at this rate, all we have to talk about is just we can look up all the rewards given that night and we can just say, do we think that's fair or not? I don't know, something like that.
Yeah. But
Let me look up
also, for
quick.
people to wonder, it's the last episode for this year.
Mm. Episode of what, you might be asking? Well, if you can't, read titles, this is the Nerd Ensemble podcast where we talk about mostly anything gaming, possibly tech every now and then, just general nerd stuff. Yeah, anime counts. Just basically anything nerd-wise, and sometimes we bash the living hell out of any annoying companies, which we will get into later as well. But yeah,
Yes,
I am Nexus, and there's the co-host.
Green Cap
Who
Eye.
There you go. And now, what were you saying before I cut you off
Well,
there?
it depends if we're gonna have time to talk about other shit that except that company today. 'Cause
Yeah. Okay, so I got all of the rewards here. Let me open it up, and then I'll give you the link. Winner's the full list. Is this it? Okay. All right. I will. Oh, and this one even tells you the nominees. Cool. Okay.
ooh,
So we get to know the runner-ups. Where are you at? There you are.
I'm
There
at
you go.
home.
I meant I'm in the DM. I was trying to look for you so I could send you the picture or the link. There we go. So now we can say who won what. We might get to that in a bit. We have not too much to go on about. The one thing about this being the end, like the last episode of the year, is that hold on. We're usually when we do this, at least what we've done in the past, is kind of recap the year a little bit, just do like a slight little recap. I don't
Yeah.
really know where to start because, to be fair, this whole year is blended together quite a lot with last year for me. And this last part of the year is kind of all I remember. Anyway,
So,
I don't have much.
so about the Game Awards stuff now.
Mhm.
Should we do it? One of us we do one each, and then we can do. We both read up everything, and then we tell who won everything. If people didn't know them, we
Oh,
do
so
it.
like we mentioned like what the we tell the award what the award is and
Who
name all the nominees and then we say who won.
basically?
I guess we can do that.
Um, you can
I mean, do you want to
start.
start with Game Awards or
Uh, yeah, I feel like that's the best one.
okay then? Well,
And
it
you
is
didn't
still
win
technically a
anything.
recap. It's still technically a recap. So okay, then we'll start with the game rewards and like what was won. Anything trailer wise, like I said, I'll get that whole thing edited down for my own channel of what I reacted to. Otherwise, you can look at others, but there was a
I'm
lot of
gonna
cool
start from
trailers
the
and such.
bottom.
That was
I kind of want to do the Game of the Year last. That kind of makes sense.
okay. So we're gonna start as the last reward. Let me scroll
Which
back
is
up. I need
best
to.
adaptation.
Mhm, mhm.
Which I think
Okay,
is
so
shows and movies.
Yes, sir. There's a description right underneath it. I'll explain such a thing. Okay, so about the game rewards. I guess we'll go and just mention, like I said, we'll mention all the rewards in case no one watched it. You know, this one you didn't watch. Here you go. So the best adaptation, which is celebrating game-inspired projects across entertainment, including TV, movies, comics, and more, as it says. The nominees were Arcane League of Legends, Cyberpunk Edge Runners, The Cuphead Show, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the movie, Uncharted, the movie. So those
Not gonna
were
lie,
the nominees.
because I
And
haven't
before we
watched
mention
it.
the winner, though,
Yeah, yeah, I
I
wanna
was gonna say
watch.
before we mention the winner, I want to say like out of those shows or out of those things, like what would we recommend watching?
I,
But you
I
go
have
ahead.
not watched Cyberpunk because I don't have
Me yet.
Netflix.
Me either.
But
I haven't. I just haven't watched it.
The Cuphead show is great. I love the
I
humor
have
in
yet
it.
to. I've had yet to watch. I'll say this: I've watched Sonic the Hedgehog 2, great
I have
movie.
not,
I've not watched Uncharted. I have not watched. Actually, the only thing I've watched out of all of these is literally just Sonic. I've watched nothing else.
and I only
I
watched Cuphead show.
I don't really care much for Arcane because I don't really care much for League of Legends, but people keep saying it's really good. It's like, I don't know. Cyberpunk, I'll watch it at some point. Uh Cuphead, I have no interest. I have zero fucking interest.
It's actually really good.
I don't know. But anyway, the winner of said award was Arcane League of Legends. That won best adaptation.
Yes.
So
And now
now next one.
most anticipated game. Recognize an announced game that has demonstrably illustrated potential to push the gaming medium forward. The nominees,
Demonstrably, I think.
uh, the nominees are Final Fantasy 16, Hogwarts Legacy, which is out at this point in time.
Is
I
it?
think.
I don't think it is.
Where is it? Next year it comes out.
I think it's next year. It's not out yet.
Resident Evil 4, which is,
The remake.
I kind of feel like it's not really. That one I would say is kind of a gray area. But
I
it's
would
what,
say it's very anticipated. There's a shitload of people who's
yeah.
really excited for it.
Then you have
Even me.
Starfield,
I don't
the
care that much.
new Breath of the Wild Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. Which I'm gonna be honest with you, Final Fantasy 16, of course, I kind of want,
Meh.
yeah, but I gonna be honest with you, the Hogwarts game, I don't know if I want to get or not.
I don't really care all that. I'll say this: if somebody gives it to me, cool. I don't think I'll buy it myself. Even if it like, I'll say this: I've seen a few trailers. It looks pretty decent. My problem, and I know this is like what a lot of people go for. They're just like, oh, whatever. I'm like, I just don't wanna. No, I don't wanna.
That's the issue. It's the same reason. It's like I don't wanna, but I also wanna play the game.
I don't want to give any money that goes straight to her. And it's
Yeah.
like, because she's an asshole.
Yeah. Resident Evil 4, I don't really like. I didn't. What can they do to the first one? Like, is Ashley
Well,
gonna
I
be
mean, there's
actually
there's
less?
that. There's that. Yeah, you have to think about, what they're gonna do different and all that kind of stuff. But me, I just think it'd be like really nice because of everything that's going for it. It looks like they're changing it from just like the action game or whatever. Like it looks like they're really trying to push it back into like make it more horror aspect. Because to be fair, for me, Resident Evil 4, 0% scary. 0%. The original. I found nothing at all like even a horror element. It was all just walk around, shoot people. Okay, how about this? 5%. Chainsaw Man was a little bit okay. That one got you like, oh shit, run. Because he was hard as fuck to take down. But everybody else, no. I found nothing else as a horror element. It's like, all right, whatever.
As I have said before, I don't feel like zombie stuff is really that much horror.
It can be depending on how it's made. I mean, I'll say this: Resident Evil 2, the most that I played out of it, I feel of the remake. It does feel in a way like that, and the remake of Resident Evil 1 kind of had that element in a little bit because you had Crimson Heads and everything, and you always like had to be aware of it, being like, okay, watch the fuck out for these guys. Don't let them turn into that. For one, and for two, if they do, run like a fucking hell unless you have a good shotgun or a revolver or something. Otherwise, run because they fucking hurt. It's like, oh god, I don't know. Anyway, but I think Resident Evil 4 would do pretty nicely. As for Starfield, I don't really care all that much, to be fair. I've fallen completely out of Bethesda games. I don't really care that. I never really was big a fan, really. I mean, I played Fallout 3. Yes, it was. 2022 was a nightmare. Uh, hey, JC. Anyway, Fallout 3, I was probably like the first Bethesda thing I got into, and it's like, uh, don't really like it all that much. 4, obviously no. Didn't really care all that much. The only thing I really care about that was the beginning, and after that, like, fuck off. New Vegas, that was actually kind of nice. That's decent. Well, we're not talking
New
about real world events at this point. We're talking about just like the whole online sort of situation there, JC. Like real world events, yeah, no, 2021 and 2020 and all that was worse. But it's like I still think online
I
wise,
don't. Okay, okay.
2022 is still a nightmare.
That's debatable. But it's when two started off really rough.
Well, that too, but I'm saying in general, like like when it came to 2021 and everything, I mean, you have. I mean, I could say it now, fucking because Twitch doesn't give a shit now. COVID and everything, like that was way worse then at the time because people were dying and everything. Still do now, but I'm saying like at that point it was like death toll was way higher. So like in that case, yes, real world events that was worse. Now that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about any of that stuff.
No.
That's not what this podcast is for. We're not really going about real world events all that much. Oh, that's one of the things, yes, but we'll get into that later. We're talking about Game Awards in the moment,
Yeah,
just
we
to
are.
recap. Anyway,
Yeah.
Starfield, I don't really care all that much. I'll say this: it's
I don't
probably
think I saw the trailer for it at all. That or I'd forgotten it.
literally, as they would say, it's just gonna be Fallout in space. Which, if you think about it, is just Outer Worlds because Obsidian made New Vegas, like Fallout New Vegas. So they basically just took that format and then made Fallout in space. So technically, it's already done. It's like, oh, Starfield. It's like it's gonna be this whole new game with Bethesda. Blah blah blah. It's like, but Obsidian did it first. And now, if you think about it, both Obsidian and Bethesda work for Microsoft or Xbox. So it's like it feels like it's muddying a little bit. It's like you have these two different game IPs, but it's like, kind of feels like we're just gonna be getting into the same territories.
Yeah.
It's like, eh. So I don't really care that much. As for Tears of the Kingdom, I love Breath of the Wild. I fucking love Breath of the Wild. It's great. Like the thing is, I've never beaten it, but that's because I keep replaying it over and over again. Mostly because I play a modded version and I keep getting new mods that I want to play with. So it's like I want to keep restarting. Hold on. Okay. But yeah, no. I play like a modded version, so it's like I keep wanting to keep playing Breath of the Wild and all that stuff. But point is, I love it. I love Breath of the Wild. So it's like I feel like Tears of the Kingdom is gonna be really good. I hope by then Nintendo will finally fucking release a Switch 2 because or like a Switch 2 or a Switch Pro that has like better specs because it's like, dude, you need to increase your shit to like give the game more performance, give the game like more to do in the background or something. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I'm of course always excited for Zelda games. I like Zelda games.
Yeah, Zelda games are great. There's some of them where it's like I know they're great and I will say they're great. I just don't really play them all that much because they kind of infuriate me. We'll say this for example, the first Zelda game. Uh, it's great, but fucking hell, it's difficult as hell. It's I don't know. And
Also,
people love
no,
Zelda
you
too. I don't
you
know
kind
why,
of
but I don't like it.
dislike Wind Waker because you.
Look, I only hate one part of Wind Waker, and that's the tingle shit, which granted, in the remake they fixed. They made it way easier, way better. But for some stupid reason, everybody's like, "Hey, you should play the original," which is why I'm going to at some point go back. Like I'm gonna wait a little bit because I need to get back to working a Link to the Past. This is a tangent. I know we do that on this podcast. We tangent, we ramble. It happens. Anyway, uh, I wanting to go back and replay all the parts in the HD version all the way up to where I'm at on the GameCube one so that I could just continue the stream from there. So, because it's a lot easier, because in the GameCube version, Tingle wants like 5,000 rupees, but in the HD version, he only wants 1,000. So that's the difference. And also, Triforce charts in the original, you need to like translate those and everything. You don't need to do that in the new one. The new one is just pieces. You just get the pieces right then and there. Like they just like cut out the middleman. Like, nah, that people hated this part of the game, but they love the rest. So it's like, let's just fix this part, and they did.
I didn't mind it. I kind of liked it.
I didn't. I think it's too fucking grindy. It's like in a game where it's not meant to grind. You're not meant to grind in a Zelda game like that. It shouldn't be there. Like that's my issue. If it's a game that's meant to grind, like say Pokemon, so you have to like grind levels and everything, that makes sense. Like okay, that'd be fine. But it's not that way for a Zelda game. It's like I don't see a reason to grind. Well, Breath of the Wild might be a little bit grindy because you need to like go find good equipment and such. But yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can mention the winner because this
And the
was your
winner
read off.
was Legend of Zelda, which kind of makes
Yeah,
sense.
Tears Kingdom. It makes sense. It's very like there's barely been any trailers whatsoever on it, and people have been very fucking hyped up about it. Like crazily. I mean, it's been like what 3 years since the first trailer? 2 years? 2 to 3 years since the first trailer of Tears of Kingdom, and at that point, it was just named Breath of the Wild 2 because they didn't have a name. And then this year they released the name, which uh, bad timing, and even they knew that. Like, we're not going to tell you the name right now, because of current events. Which people who don't know, the Queen of England did pass away literally at the same time. So Tears of the Kingdom, it's like, yeah, that kind of stings for some people if they were going to be that way. If they're just gonna be like, that seems offensive at the time, but it's like it's understandable, I guess, in a way, for some people. I don't think people want to mind it too much because, like, there's no like connection, obviously, but it's like, yeah, I don't know. I guess it was just the point of saying, like, they didn't want to disrupt any grieving, people grieving or anything like that. Anyway, the next one, which I don't really care about because I don't watch esports, but the best esports team recognizes a specific esports team, not the full organization, judged the most outstanding for performance and conduct in 2022. So you have Dark Zero Esports for who play Apex Legends, FaZe Clan who play CS:GO, Jin G, I don't know who the fuck that is, who plays League of Legends, LA Thieves plays Call of Duty, and Loud who plays Valorant.
Liquid? What? Which one? Who's that?
Who?
Liquid?
The one? What? The one with Valorant or what?
No, someone said Liquid.
Oh,
I don't know which team
Min.
that is.
Oh, Liquid. Yeah, no, that is a team. I just don't know who that is. But who said that? I don't know what you're talking about.
Imp. I was
Oh, okay. Yeah,
stupid.
I know who that is. I don't. Well, I know the name. I don't watch esports. I don't care
Nor
much.
do I. I mean,
I don't
everyone
really
knows
give a shit.
FaZe. I feel like everyone knows who FaZe Clan is.
Everyone knows who FaZe is. Like out of these lists, that's the only person I know because they're that popular, or the only team I know because they're that popular is FaZe. I don't know anybody else.
And they're like the only like they doesn't they do like a little bit of everything? Like they have
Kinda, yeah. Oh, I know where I know the name Liquid. It's because in Halo Infinite, they have like a coding section for esports teams. Like anybody, like anyone can just like, buy that specific coding to wear those colors. So it's like that's where I know the name Liquid because
so
it's right
that's
there.
what they do. Well,
Yeah.
you wanna announce the winner?
The winner was Loud for Valorant. I'm like, okay, cool. Again, I don't really care. It's esports. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Speaking of, your next thing you can read out.
Hey, have you read the next three or
I
four?
know. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead. We're gonna breeze through these because we don't care that
Yeah.
much.
For the game that has delivered the best overall esports experience to players inclusive of tournaments, community support, and content updates, irrespective of genre or platform.
This was best esports game for the record.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Dota 2. Does people still play Dota 2?
Oh yeah. No, they still play Dota 2 a lot. It's very popular.
League of Legends, Rocket League, and Valorant. Valorant, like I feel like. Okay,
I
so
feel like it's a little bit new, if you ask me. It's like I'll say this, it's like it's still pretty new, but I'll say a lot of people are really into it. I mean, hell, fucking Danny and Erdrick's been playing like crazy as far as I know. So it's like and I think Motar a little bit at times, but it's just like, yeah, no, that they play it like I don't really care all that much, but I guess it's just because like it to me, for what I've heard, is like you mix in things like CS:GO and
Overwatch.
a bit of Overwatch. Yeah, it's like, mixing those two genres a little bit. In a way, I feel like maybe some other things, like, it's basically CS:GO, but you have abilities. It's
Yeah.
basically what it is. So it's just like that's the whole play, and it's just like, I guess, but
I'm not
I
gonna
just don't like
lie.
PvP games, I
I'm
guess.
surprised that Rocket League is on this list. Like, I feel like I know Rocket League is big, but
Well, it does still have quite a bit of an esports thing,
yeah, and it feels so weird to say it. But yeah,
I guess.
the winner of best esports game is Valorant, which is kind of
Who, I mean, hey, who wouldn't have guessed?
yeah.
The next one, Jesus Christ. Yeah, we're getting into this a lot. Okay, we're just gonna we're gonna breeze through this because, again, who gives a shit about esports? Best esports event, recognize an event across single or multiple days that delivered a best of class experience for participants and the broadcast audience. Evo 2022, 2022 League of Legends World Championship, PGL Major Antwerp. I don't know what the fuck that is. The 2022 Mid-Season Invitational, and Valorant Champions 2022.
Wait,
Winner was the League of
yeah.
Legends
But
World
the
Championship.
mid-season invitational, that I think is Overwatch.
I have no idea.
'Cause I
I don't
think
know
they
any of this
call
shit.
them. I like how there's a golf tournament in the middle of everything.
My God, how many fucking esports thing? I keep scrolling up. There's just so much esports
There's two
shit.
left. There's only
We
two
got
left.
two left. Okay,
Also,
go ahead. Do the next one, I guess.
I just
Or
want to
what?
say the one. This is not the next one is coach, but there is also the one called the best esports athlete. I'm like athlete. I feel like
Look, I mean, an athlete is someone who is like, who participates in sports and everything. Can you really call it esport? I mean, yeah, you can call it a sport because all a sport is a competitive activity. Like, that's all it is. That's all a sport means.
but can you call
And
it
they
an
just say
athlete?
esports to say an electronic sport. So, I mean, it makes sense. But can you call him an athlete? I don't think you can call him that.
It feels
I think
so
you should. I think we should make another name for it.
competitor, like esport
I
competitor.
I don't. Well, maybe not. It's weird, but it's like calling him an athlete seems weird because, again, like I said, sport just means competitive activity. But it's just like, I don't know.
But yeah,
So if
okay.
you think about it, everybody who's like, "Oh, is golf really a sport?" It is because it's competitive. It's competitive activity. You're competing to try to win something. So
But
yeah.
best esports
Yeah.
coach. The esports coach judged to be the most outstanding for performance and conduct in 2022. Andriy Blade Horodensky, Natus Vincere, CSGO, Matthias Viska Tarasconi, Loud, Valorant, Erik Dumbros Sandgren, sounds like Swedish, FPX, Valorant, Robert Robban Dahlström, definitely Swedish, Face Clan, CSGO, Go Score Dong Bin, Jinji. That definitely was Korean.
Mm. Who
And the
knows?
winner was Matthias Tarasconi, Loud, Valorant.
So what do you know? Loud won both the best team and had the best coach. Who would have guessed? Next up, the best esports quote unquote athlete, because we don't know the actual good name for it. The esports quote unquote athlete judged to be the most outstanding for performance and conduct in 2022, irrespective of game. You have okay, I'm gonna butcher the pronunciations of these names, so forgive me on that. I imagine that's Zhang Shovi, Jihoon, Jinji, in League of Legends. Lee Faker Song, I have no idea how to pronounce his last name.
Yoke?
Hyok, maybe. T1 of League of Legends. Finn Kerrigan Anderson, FaZe Clan CSGO. Uh, Alexander Simple Kostyliev, Natus Vincere of CSGO. Jacob Ye Whitaker of Cloud9 Valorant. And the winner was Jake Whitaker. Yay.
I think
So
it's
Yay won
Sang
that.
Yok, by the way. Sang Yok.
Which one?
The
Where were
second
we looking
one.
at?
The Sang
Sang
Yok.
Yok?
I think it's Sang
Probably.
Yok.
Yeah. I think the H might be uh
You
don't
know,
pronounce. That's one way.
like if I have watched a lot of Korean shit and like you never like have you ever like if you watch an anime like if you ever try to listen to the name You never hear their names. Like they can say the name and you're like, what?
Yeah. Oh well. Anyway, next up. You
This
go ahead.
one is best CC of the year, I would say.
Content creator.
Yeah. First
People don't know
streamer
what
or
CC
content
means.
creator who has made an important and positive impact on the community in 2022. Paul Jacobs. I
I don't
don't
entirely know who that
know.
is. I think
No,
I know, but I don't know.
I kind of know, but I don't think I know. I think I've heard about him, but I don't know him.
Yeah.
Ludwig Algren, I think it is.
I don't know. We'll just stick to the first name, I guess.
Nibelion.
I don't know who that is.
Nibelion? Nobru and
Don't know who that is.
QT Cinderella.
I do know who that is.
I know who that is too because
Yeah.
I think she's dating Algren.
Hmm.
I think.
Well, who
And
would
the
have guessed
winner
this winner,
was,
by the way?
yeah, who's the winner?
Who would have guessed? Hmm.
It's
Go ahead.
Ludwig.
Probably. Who would have guessed though? Probably because the guy had the second highest
And I think it's like,
Twitch stream. He had the second highest subathon,
who has the
I think.
highest?
Iron Mouse. She got the highest.
Oh.
She became the top female streamer for a while there, and then she became literally the top one of who has the most subs at a single time. So I think she currently holds the highest. I don't know if Ludwig. I think he maybe started another one and he got a more to it. I don't know if she still holds that title, but she did for a while there. Anyway,
Yeah. Well,
next up, best multiplayer game. See, now we're getting into things we can really talk about and actually,
that
have
about.
a thing about. Yeah, actually care. So, best multiplayer game for outstanding online multiplayer gameplay and design, including co-op and massively multiplayer experiences, irrespective of game genre or platform. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the
Not
new one.
really
Mul-
outstanding.
Multiverses, which no, people don't know that it's a free-to-play Smash clone. Overwatch 2, Splatoon 3, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge.
Here's the thing. Overwatch, not outstanding. It's the same game.
It's basically the exact same
Multiverses
game, but
is
now it's
just
free to play. Multiverses
DC
is I don't is
Warner
it DC? I don't
Bros.
think that's
Warner
it's Warner
Bros.
Bros. I think it's Warner Bros.
Yeah, Warner
Uh,
Bros. Clone of Smash Bros. So it's like not
I'll
that.
say this. I'll say this though. I've seen people play multiverses, and honestly, it looks way more fun than Smash is. But it's not my type of game, so I wouldn't play it. But it still
Yeah.
looks more fun than Smash is.
Modern Warfare
Modern Warfare
2.
2. I'll say this. Judging from what they say here, online multiplayer gameplay and design. Yes and no. It's like, it's kind of a mixed bag between those two. It's like Modern Warfare 2 is like it's fun. It's just there's a lot of like bullshit stuff that they set up. It's like, ugh. Co-op, no. The co-op fucking sucks in Modern Warfare 2. Massively multiplayer experiences. Eh, the battle. I mean, okay, look, we tried the battle royale. I don't care for Warzone. DMZ is pretty fun though. I wouldn't call it best multiplayer game though. I would definitely say no to that. Multiverses, I haven't played it. Can't say. Overwatch 2, it's a remake of the first. It's not a remake. It's the first game. It's literally just the first game, so
They used
you
to
can't
add a
really count it.
number to it. So it looks good.
Woohoo! Splatoon 3, I haven't really played any of it. I didn't play any of the Splatoon games. People swear by Splatoon series and all that stuff. Some people still say 2's better than 3, but other people are saying 3's is definitely a good contender against. But it's like I don't fucking know. Shredder's Revenge. I've only really seen a few different comments about it, and multiplayer game. I mean, I guess it's co-op. Yeah, that makes kind of sense. Uh,
I would say
eh,
I feel like when it comes to multiplayer game, I if it's only co-op, I don't really want to say it should be in this genre of.
I mean, it technically still counts. Multiplayer co-op is still the same thing. It just we've kind of like dissociated the two into like, co-op isn't like, you're working cooperatively together and everything. Multiplayer is like more of like uh, um, a lot of people joining up together and like, probably do like a PvP sort of situation. That's usually what we equate it to, but you know, I don't know. But regardless, the winner was Splatoon 3, which You know what? Out of this list, I can give it that. I can give it that. Even though I haven't played it, I can give it that. Because Modern Warfare 2, I will say this, maybe is probably second place out of all of these. Maybe. I don't really know.
It's because it's like
But
at
I
latest.
don't think it deserves best multiplayer game anyway. So
Oh
I
no.
wouldn't say no. I wouldn't go for Modern Warfare 2 being that anyway. So Splatoon 3, I can accept. I'll be like, all
Yeah.
right, sure.
Well, best simulator slash strategy game,
I don't
which
care much
I
for this either.
don't know why they put it in the same category, but okay.
Go ahead.
Best game for real-time or turn-based simulation or strategy gameplay, irrespective of platform. Dune, Spice Wars. Not heard about. I'm gonna be completely honest.
Yeah, I don't know about that either. I know they made a Doom game. I don't know what the fuck that is. But go ahead.
Yeah, Mario plus Rabbit Sparks of Hope.
I have played what is it? Battle for the Kingdom? I forget what it's called, but it's like the first Rabbids game. Not the first. Well, it's on Switch. Like it's on Switch. It's like the first Rabbids Mario Rabbids game on there. I played a little bit of it. It seems kind of fun. I mean, I like the idea of it. It's just I haven't really played much of it, so I can't really have a good opinion on the next game because I haven't played that one either. But yeah, you get the point.
Total War Warhammer 3.
I
Nope,
don't play those.
no.
Don't
Two
really
Point
care.
Campus. I think
Does that really deserve to be on here?
it is a strategy game.
It's a sim game. Like that's the point, like sim strategy. So it's like it kind of makes sense, I guess, but it's like, eh.
Didn't they give away Two Point Campus somewhere?
Yeah, I think so. But it's like, I don't really care.
I played it once and I was like, fuck it. No, I think it was free on Game Pass.
Mm,
That it was wasn't for
yeah,
Game Pass or something.
yeah, I think so.
Victoria
I don't know
Victoria
what that is.
Frey. I don't know what that is.
Me either. But I guess go and announce that winner.
Yep. The winner is Mario plus Rabbit Sparks of Hope.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense a little bit. Maybe out of these, is like I guess it's a Nintendo Ubisoft property. It belongs to both.
Yeah.
So it's like
I gotta be honest with you. I love how Nexus gets the next one.
best sports slash racing game. You know what? I agree with the winner on this one at least because you know what? That's probably the best out of them. For the best traditional and non-traditional sports and racing game, F1 22. Don't I mean okay, look, I'll say an F1 game, maybe, you know, it's a racing game. FIFA 23, don't give a shit. I don't care much for sports games. NBA 2K 23, whatever. Gran Turismo 7, it's a racing game. It's very well known in the PlayStation community and Ollie Ollie World. Which, why are you here?
What is that?
I don't know. All right, but I would just say the winner in this is Gran Turismo 7, which I think that makes sense.
Yeah, I
It's
think
very well known in the PlayStation
here's the
community
thing.
of
Like
the Gran Turismo games.
Formula One, FIFA,
Yeah.
and NBA, they release a game like every year. That's it.
Yeah, I kind of feel like when it comes to like, you know, a lot of the sports games, like, oh, what's the best sports game? But it's like they're all kind of just clones of each other with like one incremental change. It's like one little change that they made. It's like, all right, it's a new game. Let's go. It's like, is it? Sometimes they'll give like graphical upgrades because it's for the new console, and it's like that, I guess, okay. But at the same time, it's like, eh. Plus, I hate the fact when they're like, oh, say for example, FIFA 23 or NBA 2K 23. It's like it's not 23 yet. Make it for the year that you're in, not the next one.
Well, the issue is that they released it at like the end of the year. So
Even still, I wouldn't count. I'd just be like, hey, this is just like some like it's to release this year. It's for this year. There might be content that comes out next year, but you know what? Fuck it.
yeah,
I don't
but
care.
here's the thing. I
I think
think they
it
follow
makes no sense.
British football, which technically starts in like September, October.
I think ours kind of does that a little bit, but we still have like you know the Super Bowl and everything during summer. So yeah,
Yeah, America has like football in some real or soccer in the
we usually
in
have
winter.
like seasonal based sports. So we have like American football. I don't really know the actual times. I just know obviously we have Super Bowl and everything. Baseball is kind of around the same sort of area. I think basketball is usually more of like a later in the year type of situation.
I think it's because like you can. It's inside.
Yeah, it's indoors, so it's like we might as well just like have it indoors and have it during like a winter time almost because at least it's cold outside and you come in and be like, you either have the heat on or just let them run a little bit in the cold, like not too cold, but a little bit. So it's like it kind of helps them a little bit. I mean, I know that's kind of weird to say, but it's like you're kind of getting cooled off as you're running around too. So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, it makes sense.
And then you have ice hockey, of course, at winter
Yeah,
time.
that makes sense. Which isn't even on this list.
Yeah.
Uh,
I was thinking like, doesn't they have like I think NHL normally has one outside game each year.
yeah, they have a game like every now and then, I think.
Like I think there's like every year one team gets to
I'll
like
say this:
I s-
there is a hockey game that I do want us to play. It's a free to play, but I really want us to play
oh
it.
yeah, that one you play with some other cons once. I think we
Yeah, the
talked
people
about
I
it.
met on Phasmophobia that we never played again, that I never play with again because mostly because one of the guys mainly plays GTA RP these days, so it's like I just don't really play get time to play with him. And then the other guy got into NFTs or some shit. I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna avoid that one, which kind of sucks because for one, they're both like doing like music stuff, like they're like they're getting into like making music and all that kind of stuff, and they literally mentioned to me that they wouldn't mind possibly getting me to do like video edits and everything for stuff like that. Like they would
Yeah,
absolutely be okay with like coming to me for that. I'm like, all right, that's pretty cool, that's cool.
yeah.
I never got an answer. They never messaged me about it. I'm like, nah. Probably because the one guy in NFTs mentioned it to me, and I'm just like, I don't know if I want to support NFT stuff. It's like, oh no, that's fine, I guess. Like, it's he just thinks that it's like, oh, it's cool and all this other stuff. I'm like, nah, nah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
no. Anyway.
best family game for the best game appropriate for family play, irrespective of genre or platform. And that's why
Mhm.
I gotta say this. This is why Super Mario or Mario Party is not on here because that's not appropriate for
That's not
family.
that's not a probably a family game because I think you disown your entire family if that came to be. Anyway, go ahead.
Also, I think Mario Party is too old. Didn't Mario
No,
Party
no,
s-
no.
did
Well,
Mario
no.
didn't Mario Party Superstar
Superstar still kind of counts. I think Superstars came out this year.
just because I want to check that out before we announce the Mario
Okay.
Party Superstar came out. No, it came out October,
Oh yeah, no, it came out last year. Okay.
but I
Anyway, go ahead.
think it still can go for this year.
I don't know. Anyway, continue.
Best family game. This is why Daddy drinks.
What? Oh. Anyway, go ahead.
Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I have not played that one actually.
I do want to play it though. Like it's on Switch. Like, and I do want to play it. I want to get
What
it at some
Kirby's on
point.
Switch? No.
No.
What?
No, anyway, but no. I mean, like I said, I'm just mentioning in general, but it's like I do want to get it at some point because it does look really fun, like a full on.
I mean, if you buy it
I
for
wouldn't
me,
call it open world, but it's basically Mario Odyssey, but for Kirby, or for like a
is that
Kirby
the
game.
one
So
I
it's
have on my phone list? I'm gonna check that real quick.
yeah. I think you put it on there.
Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, which I wouldn't say is a family game. It's only two players.
I think it's just because they say Lego. I think you
Uh,
still call it a family game because maybe like a sibling or maybe like play with a parent or something, or maybe uh whatever, it's
I would say
you,
it's a
your significant
family.
other. I don't know, just stuff like that, I guess.
I
That
would
still
say
counts as family in general.
it's Mario plus Rabbit Sparks of Hope. Nintendo Switch Sports is where you also like murder your family after you
Okay,
play.
that one's debatable because Nintendo Switch Sports was noted to not be really that good.
Splatoon 3. Is Splatoon really a family game?
I mean, I don't know. If you watch streams these days, you know what people do? They literally have like, they'll literally go into a match and then like they'll chroma key the actual paint colors. Like they'll go into add different filters for different chroma keys to where every single paint is chroma keyed out. So they could put a video behind it. And there was a point in time where people were getting caught streaming because they had literal porn behind doing that. I'm like, that's sketchy. But otherwise, you put whatever else behind it just to be like as a joke. But it's like, alrighty. Ha! Oh my god.
But yeah, the winner.
I just had a bot get insta banned.
Best family game was Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
I can accept that. I've heard it's pretty damn good. I'll accept it. I
Yep.
said its contender could have been probably again maybe not on the family side, but Skywalker Saga was really good in my mind.
I feel like that one should have
Still
won
playing it.
something.
I'm still playing it though. I'm on episode 4 because I'm going in order, so I'm on episode 4.
I'm on episode 7, going order, and I'm not done yet.
Mm. And by order, I mean like numerical order, not chronological. So by chronological, that would mean like the original trilogy, prequel, sequel, but instead I'm doing prequel, original, sequel.
Yeah.
So anyway, best fighting game for the best game designed primarily around head-to-head combat. DNF Duel. I've heard a little bit of it. I don't really know much in general. Uh, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R. I didn't even know they made it a game. King of Fighters 15. I do know the King of Fighters series. Multiverses and Sifu. I was a little bit interested in Sifu. I'll tell you that much. When I saw trailers, I was like, that seems pretty interesting. But the winner there was Multiverses, which, to be fair, I can accept because again, people really into multiverses from what I've seen. The next one. You can read it obviously, but it's like
I mean, it
I'm
is
okay with this.
mine too, but I gotta say, I agree with this one too.
I agree.
Best RPG. For the best game design with rich play, character customization, and progression, including massively multiplayer experiences. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Elden Ring, which kind of makes sense. Like Elden Ring, I think, yeah, it was great for what it is. Like I don't like Souls games, but Elden Ring, I feel like somewhat it's
The
different.
thing, like from what I've heard many people say, and I'll take like their words on this one, like I'll quote them. Is to basically say like Elden Ring is basically yeah, it's a Souls game. It's made by the exact creators who make Dark Souls, but it's literally what I would feel like be the entry point to uh to the Dark Souls genre. So it's like if you want to get into Souls games, go for Elden Ring because to be fair, that's probably the easiest one you're gonna get because you get jumping, you get like all this different mechanical stuff. Like, you could jump around, you could there's a few different things you get to do. Like, to do that. It's an open world. It's not like, in like in a weird city or whatever, like Bloodborne, and it's not in like in dungeon type of deals like Dark Souls or whatever the hell they all had to deal with. And it's like, you have like an open world you can explore, you could jump around, which is not in the other games. You can't jump in the other games. Uh Stuff like that. And it's just like there's a bunch of different craziness you could do.
Sekiro, I think you can jump in. Play.
Maybe, but a lot of people don't really count that entirely. I mean, yeah, it definitely counts, but it's just like it's a
I think is it
little
Sekiro
different.
though classified as the hardest Souls game?
I think Dark Souls 2 is the hardest
Hmm.
because it was made by a different company who made it way fucking harder.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
live a live. I don't know what that
I
is.
don't. I do know the name. I don't know what it is though.
It up real quick. Isn't this an anime, by the way?
Hold on a sec. I'll be right back.
Oh, um, oh, so it's just a remake of an older game that was on the Super Nintendo. I think it's a Super Nintendo. Yeah, with a Famicom. Uh, Level is a role playing video game developed by Square for the Super Famicom. It's technically not a new game, but it's released as a new game.
I mean, you could have talked about more if you wanted to. I still have my
No, I
headphones on.
was just reading about Live a Live. So basically, it's a remake from a 1994 game.
Mm. I'm sure people will really like it though. Anyway, on
Yeah,
to the next three.
Pokemon Legends Arceus, which I gotta say I fucking love. It's
I still haven't gotten that far into it. Like I'm still near the beginning, but at the same time, it's like I understand why. I definitely understand why it'd be on the list. It's very good.
like like can I spoil the ending for you, or do you
No,
already? Okay.
no, I'll get to it.
Yeah, but
We should be spoiling it for more than just me if you said it here.
well, true, but still. Triangle Strategy, which I have never
I
heard
don't think
about.
I don't. Oh, I've heard about it. It's just like I don't really think I'd be too interested in triangle strategy. Mainly, it's just like, eh. It uses the same like as far as I know, I think it uses what is it? I don't actually remember. I'm thinking like Bravely Default kind of thing, or it's made by them a little bit, or it's made by the people who made Octopath, but it's like or has the engine of such, but it's like it's a full on strategy game and like it's a different type. Obviously, triangle strategy. It was kind of weird because that was the project name. It's like, oh, it's called Project Triangle Strategy. It's like, name subject to change. It never changed. It stayed as Triangle Strategy, and which I feel like they could have done better. But
Yeah.
in a sense, it's just like that. It's like, you deal with like a whole grid type of strategy thing where it's like, you have a grid you have to like walk around on, sort of like I
So
think
Fire Emblem.
kind of, yes. It's in a way
Yeah.
like that, and I think with the idea of a triangle strategy is like, you can like, deal with two different other people at the same time, so it's like it, forms a triangle. I don't know. Something like that. But anyway, continue.
Yeah. Xenoblade Chronicles 3, which I kind of also makes sense because I feel like the Xenoblade series
Yes.
is really popular.
It's very popular. I never really understood, but then again, I'm not really too big into more of the
RPG shit.
I would call this like a anime style uh RPG, like JRPG almost. It's like I would have kind of like counted as that one. I'm not too big into the idea of
Is
it,
it
or it's
most
just
of
like
these games JRPG?
it's mostly because all of them are the fucking same to me. It's like they all blend together.
I
They're
think
all kind of
all
the same
four of these
thing.
games are JRPG except wait, is Elden Ring also JRPG or no?
What?
Is Elden Ring from Japan or no?
Yes,
So the whole RPG genre here is literally just JRPGs.
pretty much. To note also, I don't know what Live a Live Nintendo or is that something else?
Square Enix.
Okay. Uh, Triangle Strategy, I think that kind of counts because it was on the Nintendo Direct. So you basically have three Nintendo platform games. I'll say that. So they don't have to be developed by Nintendo, but it's just like, platform games of like three of them. You have Pokemon, you have Triangle
Oh,
Strategy, you have Xenoblade.
you were right about both Bravely series and Octopath for Triangle,
Okay, yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
and it's Square Enix. So all
Okay, but it's still a
five of
Nintendo
these
platform, I
are
think.
yeah, all five of
Yeah.
these games are JRPGs.
Damn. But all right, you can go and mention the winner.
Elden Ring kind of makes sense.
Who wouldn't have thought of that? But honestly, yeah, I mean, Elden Ring's a really great game.
I wouldn't have
It's
been surprised if Arceus also would. I feel like Arceus and Elden Ring was the two that had the biggest
Yeah, I
punch
think
to
those are like
give.
the really contenders, though. I think Xenoblade also a little bit. We can tell you why later, but I don't know. I'll tell you why later on the Xenoblade thing. But
Yeah,
like I
that's
said, Elden Ring obviously great to note. Before we started this, I mentioned I looked at my Steam replay, and Elden Ring is my second most played game. The first is Phasmo because I've been trying to practice a lot of solo gaming on that, but we're not talking about that. Well,
I
anyway,
feel like we should talk
the
about
next
that.
nah, the next genre is best action or the next award, best action adventure game. For the best action adventure game combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving, you have A Plague Tale Requiem, which I did get for free, so I might play that once I beat Innocence. God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, and Tunic. Now I'll say this. I was a bit tied a little bit. I mean, I would say this like it's not okay. Thought wise, it's like I didn't really know because it's like with Plague Tale, I don't really know if you would call that say best action adventure. It's like, yeah, no, it's definitely the first game so far was pretty good. I don't know about the second. I haven't played it. Uh Horizon Forbidden West and all that. I've heard really good. God of War Ragnarok. I've also heard really good because I've heard really good. The first God of War of technically the fourth God of War, I would say, but I was gonna say the first on the modern ones. Stray, I played Stray. I loved it. Sweet, you also played Stray, but yeah, did you ever beat that?
No, because it kind of was I because I kind of when I either buy it on my PlayStation or
Oh, okay. Still fun though. Really great game. It just I'll say this with the best action adventure, it's kind of unfair because Stray is more of an indie game, if you ask me, like a triple I, if we would call it that, of what I something that I want to like, token the name of because like I heard someone else say it and I'm like, that sounds like an amazing what a descriptor. It's called a triple I, which like it's an indie game, but it's very popular. So stuff like Hollow Knight and stuff like that, that's triple I. So it says in triple A, you say triple I because indie anyway. But I'd say that's what Stray would be. Tunic also the same thing. I got that. I have it on Steam and I've been trying to play on my Steam Deck. It's kind of like a Zelda-ish type of game in a way. Like it feels kind of Zelda-like. So it's like it does seem pretty good. But winner, as you'd imagine, God of War Ragnarok. That one.
yeah.
I can get it. I get it. For me, I was in between God of War Ragnarok or Horizon Forbidden West of what I thought it would be because those are the two like games I hear people mostly talk about between the five, and it's just like I guess God of War. Yeah, no, I can get it. I can get it. Next up,
Um, next one is best action game.
not to be confused with Best Action Adventure.
For the best game in the action genre, focused primarily on combat.
Yeah, I
Bayonetta
guess it's
3, which I'm surprised that one actually even got
got on the
nominated.
list. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense in a way. I mean, it's still one of the things people were very excited about, even though the whole drama considering the voice actress of Bayonetta,
Yeah.
the whole genre. It's like which turns out was just her being petty.
Man, I feel like she
She was just
can be.
being petty. That was it. Because she's like, oh no, I only got paid this much for the entire game. And like, and then the developer studio says like, well, we offered you to get that payment you're talking about for every session that you came in. And it's like, that's still quite a lot. And it's just like all this ramping up, and then they're just like, no. She's like, no, no, I don't want to do it. It's too much. And then she's like, don't buy the game. Go donate to charity. Don't even bother with this game. And it's just like, I think you're just being petty. Like, damn, kind of sucks too. Anyway,
Yeah.
continue.
Uh, hold on, that was Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, which kind of
I'd say
makes
it's a pretty
sense.
good game. If we're talking campaign wise,
Like campaign wise, yeah.
multiplayer, it's still kind of. We kind
Um,
of all that kind of stuff. It makes sense being there as
yeah, I mean,
a good action
it's
game. It's just
literally an action game. It's kind of hard not to.
yeah.
Neon White, I have not heard about.
I do want to play this. It's a game. It's an entire combat game, but it's like it uses a card system. So like, you have to use these like power-ups and cards on your screen. Like, you have to pick those and like, to have it go and everything. It's pretty cool, I would say. It's definitely a game I want to get into. I'll probably buy it for Steam so I can play it on Steam Deck, which I would say you should be able to play just fine. I feel like it'll run on your computer fine. But yeah, no, I want to
Um,
buy it so I can play on Steam Deck.
it's on sale right now. Wait, is it on sale or no?
Yeah, probably. I'm. It could be. It could be. I
It
need to look
is
at the sale now because I did get paid
20%.
yesterday. It just I need to. I need to pay off a lot of my stuff first. I'll see.
I'm gonna check this. The oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna be ready.
Oh, you're gonna look
Minimum
at it?
is fucking five 5,750 AMD Radeon. I have a fucking 6,800. So I'm fine.
Oh, okay.
I'm fine.
What is the sale on? Let me see. I can't. Steam load faster. I hate the
Then we
Steam
have
app now. Like, every time I go to Steam, like, it
Yeah,
like goes away.
Sifu, which
You got.
is a fighting game, so we've already talked about that. And then Teenage Mutant
Mm,
Ninja
yeah,
Turtles: Shredder's Revenge, which
yeah. Shooter's
we
Revenge.
have talked about playing.
I can understand that. Yeah, I do want to play it, and I think Motar wanted to kind of join in as well, considering I think it's a four-player game. But it would be an idea. I wouldn't mind. Which good, he played it already on his channel. Like, he already played
I know.
Shooter's Revenge and everything, which, he was one of the main people who recommended uh us play. And I'm just like, well, I mean, it is online co-op, so I could just get on Xbox and we go for it.
Yeah. But the winner of Best Action Game is Bayonetta 3. I feel
Hmm.
like though Modern Warfare 2 probably had a big chance to take that one too.
I feel like it did. I feel like those were the two competitors, like which it would be, which I guess all right. Also, I see Neon White is $20, so maybe, maybe. Oh wait, the people who developed Neon White developed Donut Country,
The
or sorry,
what?
County, Donut County. Huh, that's I don't know. It looks fun though if you look at the trailer for Neon White, the gameplay video on the Steam page. It looks fun. It does look fun. It's like crazy fucking action. Oh, but yeah, no, Bayonetta 3, all that stuff. Next step, innovation in accessibility, recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience. So in this case of accessibility, for those who need it, say, anybody who has any sort of like physical disability or something like that, or even mental disability, or in the sense of like, well, I guess this counts as physical as well. It's like, maybe your motor function isn't all that great. Maybe, you're mostly blind in a way or completely blind, or maybe have hearing issues, stuff like that. Any of these sort of situations where like, they could put it in the game to help you or like in a sense. So different things. There's like one mode where like it turns every character blue or something for like, easy to see in a way. There's if you can't hear, there's like visual cues when something happens on screen to tell you, hey, there's somebody behind you or whatever else. Those type of things to make it a lot easier for people. But anyway, those games being As Dusk Falls, God of War Ragnarok, Returnal, Return to Monkey Island, The Last of Us Part One, and The Quarry.
We have talked
Uh,
about Dusk Falls as Dusk Falls to
yeah,
play it.
yeah, we mentioned that.
Cause
Uh,
it kind of looked interesting.
mm, God of War Ragnarok, we've already talked about that. Returnal, I don't know what that is actually.
Did we talk
Uh,
about Ragnarok? Ragnarok.
huh?
Oh yeah, one of the best. Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
Ragnarok.
yeah.
I kind of I want to play that. I need to buy it.
I need to rebuy the first of the modern one so I can play it on Steam. I want to buy it there. Might buy it on Steam.
Makes sense.
Yeah, because I have it on PS4. I bought it when it was like $10, and like I could do that, but that requires bringing the PS4 in here and dealing with that and dealing with like the all the other BS. Like, I don't want to deal with it, man. I just want to rebuy it, play it on PC, so it's way more convenient. Uh, Return to Monkey Island. I know the Monkey Island series. It makes sense. It's just like, is it very accessible? I don't know. I
I
don't know many
don't.
accessibility options there.
I
Yeah.
don't know about The Last of Us either. Like what they've
Well, no,
added.
I feel like it would make sense because The Last of Us Part One, I feel like they added all the accessibility features that was in Part Two because Part One is it's the remake of The Last of Us. So in this case, it's the PS5 remake,
Yeah.
or remaster. But in this sense, like they probably just added all the accessibility options from Part Two to Part One. So in this case, like you get all the kind of stuff that I mentioned a bit ago when explaining the accessibility thing. It's like they added like all those kind of things into the game to where it's like very accessible. Because I think last year, Last of Us or whenever Part Two was a part of it, I think that's when that was at. Like that was, I think that was the winner of the accessibility award was Part Two. So Part One
They
having the same kind of
didn't they even
stuff.
have one for blind people to play it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It gives you like audio cues when things happen. Like it'll give you like audio cues of whenever like if you're about to bump into something or if there's an enemy nearby, there'll be like maybe like a little directional. I think like one of the options is like it gives like a directional beep, like it'll do like let you know, hey, there's in front of you there's something there, or maybe to the right of you there's something there, like do like a directional beep or something to like let you know that. So technically you can still play the game perfectly fine. It's just like maybe I don't know. I can't really explain it for people, but it's just like I think that's kind of what the idea is.
Yeah.
So like, it's for people who are like completely blind, like it would really help them. And the quarry, I don't know. I do want to play the game. It just I don't want to play it that much.
Is it
And
the
it's
one that's
it's
made by the ones that made Until Dawn?
yeah, yeah. Like it's not a sequel or anything. It's like it's made by the same people, and like that's not a problem for me. It's just that it's not high on my list of games that I want to play. So it's not something. It's like, oh, if I have the money for it, I'll go buy it and play it. It's just like, yeah, it'd be a fun game. It's just like I don't know. So again, I don't really know about the accessibility options because I try my best not to look at anything involving it. I've seen maybe one gameplay of it, and it was like two people talking on a staircase. That's like the only part of the game I've even seen, and I don't even remember what the conversation was. But it's like that's the only part I've seen because somebody was it was a clip for a streamer or something. But anyway, I don't know. The winner though, shockingly, God of War Ragnarok, second award so far.
Yeah. And now we get to best VR AR game.
I can mention about these. Go ahead.
For the
I mean,
best
you can
game,
talk about it.
yeah,
I'll
for
give
the
my thoughts.
best game experience playable in virtual or augmented reality, irrespective of platform. So basically, the only AR games we have at the moment, I think, is on phone.
I don't actually know which of these there are. Really?
After the Fall,
Mm-hmm.
Among Us VR, which I'm not gonna lie, looks fucking fun.
Here's the thing. I hate the idea of Among Us. Like I really do. I don't like it. I think it's stupid as fuck. Mostly because it's just a fucking parody. Like it just parodies every other game that's like it. Like, Town of Salem and Trouble in Terrorist Town and Mafia World. It just does like that whole genre, which okay, it's not a problem to continue the genre in your own sense. It's just like if I was to choose between Among Us or TTT, I'd pick TTT. I'd go play that instead. It's way more fun to me. And you can literally program in, like, if you're doing Gary's mod, you can add in things like, doing discs or whatever. That's really your fucking big, if you really want to fucking do that, or anything of that sort. And people have already made free versions of the situation. I forget what the game's called, but there's like a free game that kind of does that, and it's like part of an office room or something. It's just like people in an office who are supposed to be doing their own thing, and I don't know. There's probably somebody who wants to be the killer or whatever. I don't know, stuff like that. I'll say this though, I watched what is it? Was it Swagger? I think I don't know who it was. I watched. I think it was Swagger. But like I watched somebody play Among Us VR just for the hell of like fuck it, why not? Because like it was somebody that would probably make it funny to watch. I watched it. I'm like, you know, probably not bad actually. It probably wouldn't be that bad to play the game because it's in VR and in a way it makes it way more interesting. I guess I'm just not that big into the art style of the main game. I don't really care all that much. It looks like a stupid Flash game, but the VR one's like maybe. Yeah, continue.
Bone
No,
Lab, which looks great.
I'll say this: when it comes to Bone Lab, for people who don't know, if you know, Bone Works was like the main thing. People were extremely into Bone Works because it was like super realistic, like simulation type of thing. What's you can basically do anything you want, like a physics sandbox is basically the term. So do whatever you want. If you wanted to grab a guy by the head and then slam against the wall and like crush his skull, whatever the hell. If you want to be super gory, you could do that. You wanted to snap the guy's neck, you could do that. You want to break a guy's arm, you could do that. Anything gory wise, I'm just mentioning these options. You want to have a crowbar in your hand, there's a pole there. You want to jump, swing on the fucking thing using the crowbar, you can do that. Whatever you want to do, physics based, you could basically do that. Bone Lab is the basically sequel to that. Now the more modernized version. Everybody was extremely hyped about it, but apparently it launched with a lot of issues that made a lot of people really upset by it, made it kind of hateful. But the people I know who play it are absolutely crazed by it. So it's like, I don't know which to believe of calling it a bad game or a good game. I don't know. But it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's a mixed bag with Bone Lab.
Yeah. Moss Book 2,
I don't know what that is.
Red Matter 2.
I think I know what Red Matter is, but I don't really. I know by the name. I don't know what it is though.
Yeah, and the winner was Moss Book 2.
Which I am surprised about because again, I don't know what Moss Book is to be fair, so I can't really say. But I figured Bone Lab would have won because of the general hype of everybody I know in the VR community that's like was going
Yeah, but I
crazy over
think
it.
that,
But it's like I think that like launch, like bad launch, really killed it for a lot of people. So I don't know.
oh, for people that doesn't know this, none of these games is actually voted by the people. Just so people know that. That's the worst part. Is like there's only like there's a player's choice. That's the only player voted one. The only thing we vote is the nominees, and then
You
the rest
do
is
vote. Well, here's the thing: you do actually vote. It's just that I don't think they count it really. It
no.
just like goes off of
I
everything
think
else.
no. I think what they go on is I think we vote who gets nominated, but
Well, no, because
yeah,
all these were. I'm saying this. All these were these exact options with nothing else in them, was all there on the website when it allowed you to vote. So it's like the 5 different games in each category. It's like they give you these exact categories, those exact 5 games, nothing else. When I went there, it says you can vote for whichever you want. Like that's basically what they just gave.
yeah, but I don't think if I remember right, they don't really give a fuck who the vote count.
Well, basically, it's an American election, okay? Because your vote doesn't count there either. It's all the electoral college.
Yeah,
They count.
but
So you can get like 70 towards one person and then it's like 70 for this guy, 20 for the other guy. Oh wait, electoral college was a little bit up there on that 20% guy, or I guess 30 because 70 30. But it's like you can get that and it's like nope, that guy won. The guy with 30% won because electoral college was higher. So it's like that. Anyway, next tip. Best community support. Recognizing a game for wait, actually, yeah, okay, no. Recognize the game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity and game updates patches. I don't think I like this one. It makes no sense to me. Apex Legends, Destiny
but
2.
they support the community. I thought AA didn't give a fuck about
Mm,
their community.
hold on. Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14 Online, Fortnite, and No Man's Sky. Okay, so Apex Legends, I've heard some issues when it comes to a lot of the community, and plus you have the whole community who's like the Apex community that's like, hey, can you guys fix Titanfall 2? Because we kind of want to go back and play that a little bit as well. And they're just like, nah, it's all about Apex now. Nah, Titanfall's abandoned. Because now it's nothing but hackers. All you could do is play campaign in that. And the game itself goes on extreme sales where it's like a couple bucks or something.
Yeah.
Destiny 2, hell no, the community support is fucking awful. Why the hell is that even a nominee? The community support is fucking bullshit. I would know.
I
It's fucking
sadly can't
horrible.
say anything about Final Fantasy because I don't play it.
Yeah, I didn't play it either. I know plenty of people who have played it, the whole like thing where it's like, oh, you could level up to, this you can get all the way up to this point in the game like for free, da 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 when they ever had that promotion going on. It's like I don't really care. I don't care for Final Fantasy games. I don't give a
Yeah.
shit.
I
That could
can't
just
say
be me and
about
astigmatism. I don't know.
Fortnite either.
Obviously, can't say that about Fortnite. Don't care.
Yeah.
As for
No
community
Man's
support on it, I
Sky.
mean, the only community support I'd say is good with Fortnite is the refunds whenever the kid decides to buy something when they shouldn't have. And now they have a lawsuit going against them in order to get back a lot of that money because their kid used a credit card on the parent's phone and bought shit. It's like, well, maybe you should have, protected that a little bit better. Just saying. Fun fact, I don't know if you know this. I don't know about Apple. Well, actually, Apple doesn't have Fortnite to begin with. When it comes to Android, for example, if you're playing on mobile, which most of this actually counts, I don't know if you know this. There's a kids mode on a lot of phones now, and if you go there, you can add, say, Fortnite to the kids mode, and if you go there, it will not allow purchases in any situation. You have to exit in order to get into kids mode, or exit kids mode in order to purchase anything. So you could go in there, and your kid could play the fucking Fortnite, and you don't need to worry about purchases at all. It's impossible for them to purchase anything. That works for any game. So if anybody who's like, oh, there's these like little kid games, but they have ads, they have like little in-app purchases, I don't want them to do, put it in kids mode. Here's another thing. Well, okay, Fortnite won't work, but it's like any other game. It's like just turn airplane mode on because you don't have to worry about ads or anything else. Anyway, don't care. No Man's Sky. You know what? I would say yes to that one. I can understand that because they went from shit to really good in a sense because they everything they say that they would have at launch they've added plus some. So I'd say
I think they're
better late than
past
never on them.
the launch point at this point. To be honest, like I think they
It's
actually
still an
it's like a
ongoing game
new,
though. I think that still counts.
yeah, but also it's like what they promised. They're past that now. Like
Yeah, they're past what they promised and to the point where they've added everything they promised, and I think at this point they're just adding more things.
yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah,
But yeah,
you know,
uh,
winner was Final Fantasy 14 online, which okay, I don't I think I can I would say for me between those, I would have said that or No Man's Sky because of how the support has been on that, but I don't know. That's just me.
it could be that I feel like community support is different than like overall.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, next up.
But it also
Go ahead.
has transparency and response to inclusive social media activity and game updates, patches. Which the only thing I can say,
No,
the only thing that works here for Destiny is game updates and patches. Because they
they're
all
not very
have like,
transparent though. They're not all that transparent. I mean, they are because a lot of their updates, like whenever they have an update, they post on their blog and they say like all the different stuff they've done, but support wise and like helping people out and stuff like that, no. Responsiveness, no. Inclusion, social media activity, and game updates, patches, yes and no for Destiny. It's a weird mixed bag for me.
yeah. Well,
But
let's go to best mobile game for the best game playable on a mobile device.
mhm.
And neither of these is a real winner, to be honest. I mean, where's
I'm
Bloons Tower
surprised about this one.
Defense?
uh, yeah, well, go ahead.
Apex Legends Mobile.
I've heard a lot of issues from that. Plus, you need
What?
like a really high end
Why
phone to
is this
play it.
even on the list? How did this? How this?
How did this next one get on the list? That's the question. Apex, I
Diablo
can understand.
Immortal.
Apex, I can understand getting on the list because it's a very high rated game. A lot of people play it, and people were very excited about the mobile version. Problem is, it requires kind of a higher end device to play it. And Diablo Immortal, how are you on here? You had the shittiest fucking launch. And here's the thing. I had the game pre-registered for probably almost 2 years with them saying, "Hey, Diablo is going to come on to Android." Like, oh, that seems nice, I guess. Like, I didn't really care much for the game genre at the time, but then later, like I started watching more into it and got into games similar like it. I'm like, you know what, this actually might be fun. Plus, it's on mobile, like, I can play it whenever. You need like 1,000 or some just to start the game in actual money. You need a lot of fucking actual money in order to actually play the game.
Yeah. Genshin Impact, which
I can
sadly
understand that as
makes
well.
sense because that. Here's the thing, Genshin. in my opinion, I have noticed like it's not a good game. In
It's not all the most people care about is the roles and the characters, like they roll for a
yeah,
character, they care about the characters because it's always about the fucking like it's like oh the
yeah,
waifus
but
or
I feel like
the
also
bundles or
when it
whatever
comes to
bullshit.
like new players, I don't feel like Genshin earns a lot of new
I
players.
tried. I tried playing Genshin just to play because here's the thing. You can play through Genshin without spending any money. You don't have to spend any to play. It's like that's just for to get the character, get these type of characters that you want and all that stuff. But it's like you can just play the game. You don't have to pay any money. I tried, and it's like, yeah, it kind of felt like an anime Breath of the Wild to start, but it was lacking in actual things to do. And that's the thing, because all people care about of Genshin is just the characters, their story, and the dialogue between everybody. Like, that's all they really care about. That's all they want. So in this sense, it's not the same because it's like yeah you have these dungeons you go or temples which is like shrines in Breath of the Wild, you go into those. I only did one of them and it was boring as fuck and everything else just super damn boring, and I was told I was like oh no you need to play like a little bit more in order to get into the fun stuff. It's just like dude if you don't have a good hook in the beginning not many people are really going to play this, and I don't
Yeah,
really care that much. And plus, like the PC version or PS4, I don't know what the PS4 one actually, I don't remember. The PC version is like 40, 50 gigs.
it
I'm
could,
like, nah, nah.
I wouldn't be surprised if the PlayStation was
I
the
think the
same.
phone version is like 2 gigs,
I think
and
it's
it's
like
it, it
no.
heats
I
it
think
heats my phone up like crazy.
yeah, but I think the initial download is like 500 megabits, and
Yeah, yeah.
then the
And then
in-game
they download it.
download
Yeah,
comes, and you're like, "Here's 2 gigabytes of it download," and you're like,
yeah. That's for
"Wow."
that, but like for the PC version, they have you download the launcher, like the Genshin launcher, and then like you push download that, and then it'll download the content right there on the launcher. So it won't like launch a game. Like it won't be in game when you get the downloads. Like it'll have the launcher to it itself. So that's better for PC. But it's like even still, it's not that fun of a game to me. I tried, and it's more of a game you want to play with other people, but even then, there's not really that much co-op content either. There's a little, but there's not that much. And even then, it's like you don't even want to play solo unless you're super into the characters and dialogue. And me, I could care less. I'm not into that sort of thing.
Well,
Anyway,
Marvel
next,
Snap, which I've seen Motor play a lot.
I've seen a little of it, but like I don't understand it. I don't understand why people care that much.
Do
It
I
just
need
feels
to
like a
need to spell
shaky
it out to you
mobile game.
why people care about it?
It's literally the same shit. It's just the same shit.
Yeah, but here's the thing: it's Marvel.
And there's a lot of other Marvel games on the platform that everybody thinks is bullshit.
Yeah,
This
but
should
it
be too.
becomes popular because it's Marvel, and then after like a
Dude, there are
month,
other games that weren't even remotely popular. They had the Marvel stick on it. It's like it's stupid. Anyway, next time.
Tower of Fantasy, which
I've heard a little bit about it. I've heard quite a bit, mostly because like the more uh mainly the character creation. Everybody likes how they can create their character a little bit, and they like the idea of it. Plus, there's presets that you can use, so you can like set up a preset for somebody and make a character that way. I've seen a lot of VTubers play the game, and they usually create a character that's like very close to what their avatar looks like. So it's like, yeah, like, I guess in that case, sure, but the actual gameplay, I don't know. I haven't really seen any actual gameplay.
yeah, either way there is Marvel Snap.
Which I'm actually surprised. I'm very surprised Genshin
I
didn't win
mean,
because of how crazy people are over Genshin.
I
I'm
think
very
the
surprised.
issue is like as I said, it's not good for new players. It's like it's
Right, but that's the thing. It still has a huge fucking community. It's one of the top
yeah, but
fucking
it
categories
also
on
I
everything.
think it drops too much in between like
I
major
guess it's just
update
like
because
it's weird. I've
but
seen some people be Genshin only players and like a lot of other stuff. It's like I don't know.
yeah no, but I think I would have not been surprised if Apex actually won because Apex is kind of
I
popular overall.
guess I feel like the issue though is two things that I mentioned. Like, it's the mobile version, it may play a little weirdly. And plus, again, I think it needs a higher end device. So not a lot of people have higher end phones. So it's like it's kind of a issue. And Diablo shouldn't have been on this list. It wasn't worth it. Next up, the best debut indie games, which I can actually talk about a few of these. For the best debut game created by a new independent studio, Neon White. We talked about it before. Card crazy action game. I would like to play. It definitely looks very fun. Norco. I don't know what that is actually. Stray. We talked about it before.
Cat.
Great game. Very much worth it. Tunic. I also talked about it
Looks.
before.
I
It's like a
also wanna
Zelda
play.
game.
I wanna
Hmm.
play that one.
What, Tunic?
Yeah. Isn't it on
Yeah, it's
Xbox?
really fun.
Isn't it on Game
I
Pass?
don't I don't think so. I do have it on Steam though. You might be able to run it. I do have it on Steam.
Okay.
Uh and then Vampire Survivors, which I want to say this. I've seen it's basically like for what I heard, it's a bullet hell game, but you are the one doing the bullets. So it's like it's a bullet hell game for the computers. So it's like it
A
seems like it'd be
reverse
fun.
bullet hell?
Pretty much reverse bullet hell. And it's like that seems kind of fun. And also they actually released a mobile version for free. So you can play. I think it actually is going free to play anyway. But it's like Vampire Survivors. There's a mobile version you can download and play just like that. I actually downloaded. I just haven't played it yet. But I downloaded it on my phone, and it has a portrait mode or landscape if that really
Oh.
matters to you.
I
But
played
seems
these
cool.
kind of games on my phone.
What, Vampire or Tenor?
The Vampire Survivor game. I
Oh
kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
played similar games on my phone.
Yeah, during the Game Awards, they immediately released right then the mobile version, and they're like, "Hey, it's free to play, so you can just download and try it." And like, yeah, it seems fun. I do have it on PC as well because I bought it on PC, but it was like really cheap, so it's like I didn't pay that much. But it's like it's all good. Oh yeah, and the winner was Stray, which I agree with. I agree with Stray being the winner. Because
Yeah.
I'll say this Tunic, I haven't gotten very far into, so I can't entirely say, but it is fun. It just I wouldn't say that would be a winner. Neon White, I also can't say because I haven't played it, but it does look good. And Stray, I have played and it has a really good story and everything. At least to me, it has a pretty good story. A lot of like background elements that you have to like go notice, go talk to the NPCs and everything to really get that sort of vibe. It just like it's literally just to quick explain the game because I didn't really say what it was if, for people who don't even know it. You're a cat. You play as a cat, and you basically walk around a sort of like dystopian future uh, areas
As a cat.
as a cat. You play as a cat. That should be the main reason why this won. You play as a cat.
Yeah.
Now that there's a sequel to this game, needs to be about a dog. Just have a cat game and a dog game. Like, oh, that'd be great.
And now we have Best Indie Game for outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside the traditional publisher system.
Mhm.
Cult of the Lamb, which I have not
I've heard really,
watched.
I've heard a lot good about it. I've seen maybe a tiny bit of it, but it's like I'm not sure if it's a game I'd be into. I'm not
I
sure
don't
yet.
know.
I would have to find out.
Nor do I. Neon White, we have talked about. Seafood, we have talked
Mhm.
about. Stray, we have talked about. Tunic, we have talked. And guys, the
And guess
winner
what won?
is Stray.
Yay! The best debut indie. It won best debut indie game and the best indie game in general. So
I
woohoo!
think it's because it's like, I feel like it should not have been nominated for the best indie game.
I think the debut. The reason why that's there is just because it was a new studio. So it's like literally their first game they ever made was Stray,
Yeah, I
or
think
like
that
as a studio. That's the only reason why that's a category.
I'm more surprised that
And then indie
they
game is
didn't
just
just have best debut studio instead.
I guess, yeah. But yeah, the indie game. So I guess it makes sense.
Well,
But yeah, no, sure.
your turn.
Next up, best on. There's a lot of awards, guys. We're getting through here. Like, it's just a recap. This is basically all we're going to be talking about Game Awards. Best ongoing game awarded to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. Apex Legends, Destiny 2, basically the same as before. A lot of games. Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14 Online, Fortnite, and Genshin Impact. Apex, I don't know. I don't play it. I don't really know. Destiny 2, I'll say this. The actual,
Mm,
story elements are getting better. I did actually like the part that I played a Witch Queen. I need to continue playing it, but it's pretty nice. It has some good different stuff now. I don't know about the new DLC. It seems kind of weird to me. It's like they go from like it's this you know it's about Witch Queen. It's about the hive and everything. It's like oh this kind of seems kind of nice, like a sort of like art style they're going with. Then the new DLC that they're coming out with is like a full on like neon cyberpunk shit. I'm like, This does
The
not feel like
fuck?
Destiny to me. It does not feel like Destiny to me. It's like this is just a complete turnaround. It's like you have this, like I would say, fantasy sort of like situation, like fantasy shooter FPS, space FPS type of deal, and then you have cyberpunk shit. It's like, okay, sure. Anyway, Final Fantasy 14. Haven't played it. Don't really care all that
All I can
much.
say is that
Me,
all I did when I played it was do jobs.
yeah. I don't know. Fortnite, I could see why people would put it as a nominee. I guess I don't really care for it. I don't care for the game. I've heard it's gotten a lot better with the new whatever they're calling it, chapters. Like I guess it's just The only real time I played Fortnite was when it first came out to try it, and I'll admit it was decent. But then like you have where it's literally like, people who could build a giant structure within like 10 seconds or like 5 seconds, and it's just like you guys play this game way too much. I can't be in this at all. I can't play this shit. Like, I don't know how the fuck this even works. So, my main reason for not playing it is I lack the skill. My second reason for playing it, I don't like the game in general. So, fuck it. Uh, then Genshin Impact, which, yeah, no, we get it. People like their fucking characters and shit. But the winner, yeah, the winner was the Final Fantasy 14 Online.
I
Big shocker.
think they won last year too.
Yeah,
Let me check that real quick.
I don't
Best
know a lot of the games. The next one.
ongoing game 2021. Final Fantasy 14.
Hmm. Of course. It's ongoing, so makes sense. Next up.
And now, Games for Impact. For a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. A Memoir Blue. I actually have that downloaded on my Xbox. I want to play it. I'm not kidding. Like, I want to play the game. It looks really nice.
I don't
Neat.
actually know about it.
As Dusk Falls. We talked about that earlier. We kind of. I don't think
Mhm.
we remember what it is actually. Like, uh, what I read is
We'll
like
give it.
at least the multiplayer sounds really interesting.
Yeah. It kind of uses like still pictures like from real people. Like, they just like, stand in front of a green screen, they take a picture, and then they just like that's then they just do them doing poses and shit. It's like one of those. Like, it's like, it has like 2D poses of actual people just like doing things. So I don't know. Stuff like that. And it's like a story of I forget what the story is about, but it's like, you have that situation. We kind of want to play it for the hell of it.
Yeah. Citizen Sleeper. Never heard
I don't know
about.
what that is.
Endling Extinction is Forever.
Also
Never
never
heard.
heard of it.
Inside. Never heard about it.
Nope.
I was a teenage exocolonist. I didn't know we were.
Mhm.
Shouldn't you have
I
continued that and then made it
I
like an
don't
anime title?
at this rate it's close to an anime title or it's close to fucking light novel. Like I was a teenage exocolonist that colonized the moon, but instead was sent to Mars to do some weird research. That is a light novel title, not a real one, but it's like that would be one. Anyway, go for the
And
winner.
the winner is As Dusk Falls. Which,
I
again,
kind of get that. I get that.
yeah.
Okay, I'm glad I'm getting this next one. Uh, best performance awarded to an individual for voice over acting, motion, and or performance capture. I'm glad they mentioned that because a lot of people think, oh, in a game it's just voice acting, like that's it. They just do a voice, and would you really call that an actor or whatever? It's like, first of all, yes, there's a lot of acting that comes to that, and also motion and or performance capture. They are literally doing the same thing an actual actor does. They have like the mic on their face. They have like the whole uh they have the whole motion capture suit and all this stuff like they have to put on, and they do all the animation like they do that to capture what the animation would be as they are talking, even their facial expressions, and they do all the acting right then and there. And anything that they say that's like doesn't involve that stuff, they do it in a booth to like get those voice stuff out, ADR as they call it. Point is, this at least they put that description in there because honestly, yeah, no, that just it lets people know it's not just fucking voices. They do a lot more, and they deserve the payment for it. Anyway, first one being Ashley Birch of Horizon Forbidden West,
Is that
which
the
I'd say
one?
she does.
Is she the
I'd
one
say she
whose
does
main
pretty.
role?
Huh?
Who's Ashley Birch? Is that the one who plays?
Alloy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's great. I like her voice.
You know, she does that. She's also Chloe in Life is Strange. I don't actually know a lot of her stuff. I know she's that. She's I think isn't she I forget if she's Tiny Tina or not, or somebody else. I don't know who the fuck that is actually. But regardless, I'd say she deserves a lot of credit. She's definitely a good actress. Charlotte McBurney, I don't actually know who it is. I just know that who she plays. You know, Plague Tale Requiem. She plays the main character. Uh,
Tiny
Christopher
Tina.
Judge. Okay, that's what I figured. Christopher Judge, God of War Ragnarok.
Christopher Judge is so great. Like, if
I'll
anyone
admit,
have
like, it's
ever
great.
watched Stargate SG-1,
Yeah,
he's
yeah, I know
so
what you're talking about.
fucking
I
great.
know what you're talking about.
Like,
I barely watched it, but I know exactly what you mean.
like he's so fucking like him in general. Like, I feel like he's not in much, but when he is in something, he's just amazing.
Yeah. Uh, Men Engage Immortality. I don't actually know who that is. Sonny Sulek of God of War Ragnarok. I'm gonna say this. It's kind of unfair if you ask me to put both Christopher Judge and Christopher and Sonny in the same category like that. It's like that's kind of unfair because I feel like kind of both of them deserve an award if you ask me. But it's like you put them in the same category. It's like, well, shit. I don't know. So in this case, the winner was Christopher Judge, which I have to say this. If no one's seen the memes, um, he holds the record for the longest speech in the Game Awards for about 7 minutes almost, or I think almost 8 minutes. I think it was like 7 minutes and 59 seconds or something is the record because that was his speech. That's how long he talked after he won the award. Like, oh my god, dude. And the funny thing is, during the Game Awards, Valve was giving away Steam Decks every minute. So the funny thing is that they had that, and then whatever his name is, Jeff Keighley, afterwards, the host of the show, just like it's just like, well, I'm sure he was just trying to help people out get some Steam Decks. So yeah, there you go. Because it's just like, jeez, he had a long speech. Awesome guy though, awesome guy, and I still find it kind of still a little messed up. It's like you have Chris and Sonny in the same category. It's like that just feels unfair. I feel like they should be separated and Sonny should win something. That's unfair. Anyway, next up.
Hold on, let's check something up. I'm gonna check what he's been in Judge.
All right.
Real quick. The Guardians of Justice, Save Your Final Space, Marvel's Avengers, is T'Challa. Oh, I mean,
Yeah,
I
he's
feel
been
like
in a
that's a
lot.
World of Warcraft,
Yeah.
Bad Company, Minutes
What
to
is what Sonny's been in?
Midnight,
Let me see.
God of War, of course, because
Sonny Solo.
StarCraft. He's not been in much.
Yeah, I imagine not. I just want to see. Uh, let me check his IMDb page.
LA Apocalypse. I've never heard about Wraith.
Okay,
Warhammer
he's been God of War
Warlords of
Ragnarok.
Draenor.
Okay, I think oh wait, what the hell? Wait, he was in a who? Wait, what? Okay, I didn't see this. Hold on. Oh shit, I didn't know that. Okay.
Huh.
He was in
No,
a few movies and games and I think only game wise, Sonny, I don't think he's only been in God of War, I think. But he's been in a lot of shows and movies. The main notable movies is it's funny, Christmas Chronicles Part 2. That's kind of funny actually. It's a Netflix only Christmas movie. The House with a Clock in its Walls, or what is it called? Hall, yeah, in its walls. In that, which I'd never seen. Jack Black movie. Summer 17.
yeah, no.
Sunny hasn't been a Criminal Minds apparently in one episode. Um, yeah, I don't know, but yeah, he hasn't been in much, but I still say he still deserves it, at least to have a reward.
Yeah, yeah. But now we have done
Yeah. Audio design, that's next.
best audio design, recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. It's good for a war game. I mean, all
It's
you
different. I mean, I'd say it has pretty good audio design. I mean, like I would say the gun sounds are pretty good. The explosions have pretty good bass. I'll say this though, don't turn on like high boost bass or whatever, or bass boosted, because it definitely sounds like a real explosion in the sense of like it just blows out the fucking speaker. It just you don't hear the explosion mostly more than the fucking blowout. That's what you mainly hear, and it's just like for me that kind of killed it. I feel like that's what you should hear, but it's like I gotta turn the setting off. I gotta just have the explosion sound. I don't know, because
Mm.
I compared it between when I was playing the game to when I watched you play, and I noticed the sound difference, and I'm like, huh, yeah, I kind of like what it off. Anyway,
Elden Ring, which kind of makes sense.
I could agree. Has a lot of good audio design, honestly.
God of War Ragnarok. I would say this. I have not played it, but if we go to the first one,
First one.
the 2018 one, I mean that one has good audio design too. Like for
Yeah, I would assume God of War Ragnarok would have pretty good audio design. I
yeah,
understand that.
Gran Turismo 7. When it comes to
I
racing game,
don't.
you kind of have to have good
You kind of
audio
have
design.
to have audio design, so it's
Like
like
I
you're
feel
gonna get a
like
lot of people who's gonna get some hate. It's like a lot of people are gonna hate it if it's like, oh, that's not how the car would sound. That's not how the engine would work. That's not how
yeah,
the
so I feel like Gran
brakes
Turismo
or all
should
this other
not
stuff.
even be part of it. Like, but if they already have bad, if they have
It's kind
bad
of
audio design, it's kind of like a terrible game. Like,
well, I kind of feel like it's not necessarily just because it's good audio or just has good audio design. It's just like whatever they would say is the best of games is, obviously what it's trying to say, but it's like, I don't know.
Horizon Forbidden West, which yeah,
Okay. I can get that. The first game a pretty good one too.
yeah, they're good. But the winner is God of War Ragnarok.
I yeah, I guess. Which I don't know if you guys are noticing a theme so far, but it looks like God of War Ragnarok is winning every fucking award almost. Anything it's in, it wins almost. Has it lost any yet? Let me go look.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
which one? No, no.
I mean, if you
I think it's
scroll
won
up a little
everything.
bit,
Oh,
you
well,
can.
yeah, no, that. But I'm talking about of what we've read so far.
I think it lost something.
No, I don't think it's lost a thing it's been in yet. No, hasn't lost a thing.
Holy fuck.
So okay, next up, once I can scroll back up to where we are, best score in music. I can actually talk about this bit. For outstanding music inclusive of score or original song and or licensed soundtrack, Oliver Dervier, I am terrible at names, Plague Tale Requiem. They actually play during on screen. They actually had like an orchestra play the different music of the games at the time, and they also had they actually had like a performance from a couple of these. Then you have Tsukasa Saito of Elden Ring, and or Saito. Um, I'll say this: yes, the score music of Elden Ring, very fucking good. I'll give it that. It has very good music. Bear McCreary of God of War Ragnarok. Look, Bear McCreary, he makes a lot of fucking good music. Okay, there's a lot of shit he's done that is like really damn good. Like, damn. I know he did some Stargate music too. Two Feathers, Metal Hellsinger. I don't know yet. I want to play a Metal Hellsinger. I can't say, but it feels a little bit weird. I don't know what game. I don't know if if I don't know what game this will be a part of. But Yasunori Mitsuda.
I can check it
I don't know
up.
what they're a part of though.
What do you say? Yeah. Mm,
Yasunori uh, Mitsuda. I
Xenoblade.
mean, you have the list. Oh, okay, okay, that makes sense. I don't know why they
Why
didn't put
they
the
just
game
like,
title.
nah, fuck
It's just
you.
like, nah, who cares? Who cares what game you did? Anyway, the winner though was Bear McCreary of God of War, which I could say I understand. They even did a performance on stage of like one of the songs they did for the game, and you had like him doing the vocals, and you had the whole orchestra behind him, doing that. It's like I can understand it. I mean, he's a very great. I was an artist, I guess is what you would say, but it's like he's very great. He does a lot of good stuff.
Then,
This next one,
uh,
I understand.
for outstanding creative and or technical achievement in artistic design and
Best art
animation.
direction. Yeah, best
Mm,
art direction for their.
Yeah.
Good.
Elden Ring. Kind of makes sense.
It does.
Because
It does. It has a
like,
lot of great fucking.
here's the
I mean,
thing:
I'll say
every
this.
of these game is gonna make sense. Why? Except maybe I have not played Scorn. I can't say Scorn. Scorn's on the list also.
Hmm?
Scorn is the only one I have not
I mean,
seen. But okay, God of War Ragnarok makes sense if you watch
makes sense.
Horizon Forbidden West. I can say
Also,
looks
I could.
amazing.
I'll say yeah. No, that makes sense. Then
Scorn, as I
Scorn. What?
said, I have
Yeah.
not seen, so I don't really know.
I've seen a bit of it. I will say art, the direction it goes for, it's pretty much something. It's pretty dang good. It's good. It has one weird scene in it that I'll say that I'm not going to mention because Twitch reasons, but it has a weird scene in it.
And then Stray, which also makes
I can
sense.
get that too. I can get that too. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, but yeah, when it comes to, I wanna talk more about Horizon Forbidden West, because I love the art direction or the art style in Horizon Forbidden West, or in Horizon overall. To be honest, like first and second game is so good. Like fell in love just only because it's like one of those games that you can just fly around the game and you like um.
Yeah.
It's, I gotta be honest with you, I
Hmm.
kind of wanted them to win, but yeah, Elden Ring won, which also makes sense.
Which one did you want to win?
Horizon Forbidden West. 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
I gotta
I
be
was kind
honest
of
with you,
tied between the three because, like, I'll say this again. I haven't played Ragnarok. I haven't played Forbidden West, but I played Zero Dawn, and it's like I can understand from there and seeing the stuff they were showing on screen, like the stuff that was in Forbidden West. Like, I can see that. I can see why people would say all this. Though I can absolutely understand Elden Ring winning because
I
it's like
feel like
there are multiple different scenes, and we haven't gotten there yet. But there's like this river place that you go to, looks fucking phenomenal as hell. And it's like whenever we get there in our, whenever people don't know, it's like, I play, it's on my computer, he connects to my computer, we stream, I stream it, and then, uh I move, I use the keyboard, he or no, wait. Yeah, I use the keyboard, he uses the mouse. So,
yeah, I'm the slasher, I slash people.
yeah. So it's like that's the whole idea. And I'm hoping that can continue at some point. It's just I recently had to downgrade my internet and I don't know how good my upload speed is now like 11. It used to be 25. Now it's like 11 or something. It's like I don't know how good it's going to be now. Like we could
Yeah,
try at some point, but it's like, I don't know if it's going to win.
yeah. But
But
you
I
can go to
understand.
the next one.
Yeah, I understand Elden Ring. That makes sense. Best narrative for outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game. A Plague Tale Requiem. I guess I can see it, but
Yeah,
I
because
can have
like
it.
if
What?
if you go by the first game, it's kind of makes sense. Like the first game is the same way. It's really good.
Yeah, Elden Ring. Yes, but the thing about Elden Ring is that it's not necessarily the narrative is the idea of again of outstanding storytelling and narrative development. The thing about Elden Ring though is that a lot of the stuff is in the background. Like a lot of the narrative elements are in the background or like as you talk to people. It's like it's not like out there in your face. Like it isn't just like, a lot of games like they have like they have their cut scenes, they have all this stuff, and Elden Ring does have its cut scenes, but it's like a lot of the info you have to kind of look for yourself, which is one of the good things about Elden Ring. Because I kind of like that. I like the background lore, background elements. Like if you want it, you can go get it, and it'd be like it's great. It doesn't have to be shoved in your face if you don't give a shit about all that exposition. It's like it's just there if you want it, so that's
Mm.
cool. But
So
I
I
feel like
would say,
it's
so what you say is it
I'm not too
basically
sure.
doesn't really belong to this category as much.
It does, but it's like it's a weird middle ground if you ask me. Like, I don't know. God of War Ragnarok, it is a narratively driven game. It makes sense. Horizon Forbidden West, same
Same
thing.
thing.
Narrative driven game, makes sense. Immortality, I don't know what the game is. I can't tell you.
No,
But the winner, God of War Ragnarok.
I
What do you
think
know?
I think the reason is the same reason as you said. Um, Basically, it's like Elden Ring did not have a chance because it's like it's too much. You have to look for it.
Yeah, I mean, there's still plenty of lore that's there for you if you just play the game, like, going from place to place and trying to kill all the bosses and everything. You still get plenty there, but it's like there's even more background lore to those bosses and to those areas you're going to that you probably want to like go look for like texts or some or like books or whatever. You want to look for that kind of stuff to like get the overall lore to it if you want it. But I don't know, like that's the thing. It has a great lore, but it's more of something you have to look for than it just being presented to you. So I understand it not winning. Like
Yeah.
God of War, it's like it's literally a narrative driven game, and you get the full narrative if you're
Mm.
playing the game. Maybe there's some background elements in the game. I don't know. I haven't played it, but yeah,
And now, best
I think it's this
game
right. Win for
direction. Awarded for
yeah. I think
outstanding
it. I
creative
think it's
vision
right.
and
Win for Ragnarok. I'm
innovation
pretty sure.
in game direction and design. Elden Ring, which kind of makes
Mhm.
sense.
At this point, we're gonna get a lot of the same games over and over again for the record. But go ahead.
God of War Ragnarok, again, makes sense. Horizon Forbidden West, makes
Hmm.
sense. Can't say
Hmm.
Immortality, I don't know anything about it. I don't even know what
I
kind
don't
of
know
game.
anything about the game. Don't know.
I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Yeah.
I'm
I'll say.
gonna look
I'll wait for you
Immort
actually. 'Cause it's your reading.
here,
Let's
Immortality. Marissa Marshall was a
Immortality.
film star. She made 3 movies, but none of the movies were released. And Marissa Marshall disappeared. An interactive trilogy from Sam Bernard
Look
created
at
first.
images.
Huh?
I don't know. Interactive movie trilogy as a game. I don't know. I don't know what this
Wait,
is, to be fair.
is this not animated?
Probably not. I think it's
Oh,
like exactly what I
this
was telling
looks.
earlier.
This actually is a movie.
Oh, right. Oh, it's an interact. That's right. That's what it is. It's an interactive movie. So it's basically you have like a fully filmed out thing with like a live action filmed uh cutscenes and stuff like that. And then I think it's like it might be one of those like you choose things to happen or you have to press maybe there's like QTEs or some quick time events, something like that to like influence what happens. Or maybe it's one of those like from what I'm seeing a screenshot of. Maybe it's like you need to look at these different clips and stuff. I don't know, things like that. I understand that. I guess it just.
Okay, so
I suppose it makes sense.
yeah. Stray, which again makes sense.
Makes sense. It definitely has some good direction of what it's
Yeah.
going for. It totally makes sense.
So, the winner is not Ragnarok, actually, guys. It's not God of War. It's Elden Ring.
I can get that. I understand that. It definitely has good direction
I
for what
feel
it's
like
going for.
the top three here definitely was like Horizon Forbidden, God of War, and Elden Ring was like they were like the
Like those are the main picks, pretty
yes.
much. Finally, I don't know why. I'm kind of happy that I'm the one to say this one. I don't know why.
I don't know, or should we split up half and half because it's six
We
six
could do we could
nominees.
do how about this? I'll read the
We
award, the description, and the first one, and then we'll just like go
do
back to back. Like I do the first one, you do the second one, then I do the third, something like that.
yeah.
Okay. So anyway, game of the year. We finally got to the last award, everybody. So we're about to be done talking about game awards. Recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. First nominee, A Plague Tale Requiem.
Second, Elden Ring,
Third, God of War Ragnarok.
Horizon Forbidden West,
Stray.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3. And
Before we,
before we say
yeah,
anything, I would say
same fucking brain cell here. Like before we say anything, we both said that. Before we said, fucking hell, man, we've been
I
friends
would
for
say
too long. We
this.
have the fucking same brain cell.
Yeah, we have known each other too long, guys.
Yeah.
I
Anyway,
would say that all nominees. Well, I don't know if I really know if Xenoblade really, because again,
I
I'm
would
not.
say maybe because it's like it's still a very huge genre. Some people are really into it. Just like I'm not on that real side of I'd say the community in a sense. Like I don't know if you would count it when it comes to Xenoblade 3. I don't know.
Yeah, I've not played the game, so I
I didn't
can't
care
want to.
much for any of them really. I mean, I might get it at some point, get the first and second game on Switch because that's where they are. Get the definitive editions, play those, play
Yeah.
3 maybe. I don't know.
I can see Horizon Forbidden West being on the Game of the Year list because
Yeah, that makes
amazing
sense.
game. Same with Plague Tale. Uh,
Yeah, Plague Tale. Though I
Stray.
think Plague Tale recently came out in a way, but it's like that doesn't really matter for them. It's just like, hey, it came out this year, doesn't count.
I think it depends on where in the year. I think if it comes out in November,
Yeah.
I think it's because they yeah, no, it's
I
more
think
of
that was part of the reason why Elden Ring wasn't a part of it in the last year, because I think it actually came out last year, but it's like it came out at like too close to the Game Awards, like they weren't going to count it.
yeah, I think
It was that or some other game I'm thinking of, but there was a game where it's like it was like too
no, it
close to the
came
Game
out
Awards,
this
so they didn't
year.
add it.
It was this
Okay.
year.
There
No,
was some game I don't remember what it was, but there was some game last year where it's like we're not going to put it into the list because it's too close.
yeah. Stray, I kind of don't really. I mean, it's a good
I will
game.
say this for me. I'll say for me, game of the year, maybe no, maybe not, but it's a good. Yeah, I'd say yeah, it's definitely a great game that everybody should play. But as for game of the year, I don't know. I don't know if I would really call it that, but it's definitely a
Yeah,
good game.
I would
Like it
say
just, I don't
of
know.
all these games, I can't really say anything about God of War or Plague Tale. I played a little bit of Elden Ring with Nexus, but otherwise, I've not really played it. I
I
would say
can.
Horizon Forbidden West actually would deserve it, Game of the Year. I would say I assume Plague Tale also would deserve it because Plague
I
Tale.
wouldn't really know because again, I have Requiem because I got it for free. I haven't played it because I need to finish Innocence. But
Which I have, and I would say that game is amazing.
yeah, I'll have to get into it.
But do you
When it
want
comes
to
down to it though,
announce the
uh,
winner?
in a second. When it comes to, like I said, when it comes to Ragnarok, it's just like again, people are crazy enough, and as you can see from the lineup of all the other awards, Ragnarok has won a shit ton of awards. So in your mind, you're probably thinking, if you obviously haven't seen the result already, you're like, Ragnarok is probably going to win because, like, hell, it's got a lot of fucking awards already. That must mean it has to be fucking Game of the Year, right? Right? And maybe Forbidden West, like, no, maybe that kind of rose up top because, like, hey, you never know. It's got, I mean, it could have, it maybe hasn't got anything yet, but you never know. And Plague Tale, maybe. Stray, I love Stray a lot. I don't think it would have made it. Xenoblade, I don't fucking know. But it turns out, nope. Elden Ring, Game of the Year, which I can fully accept because you know what? The thing about Elden Ring is it's like, yeah, it's a Souls game. It's a game where it's like for people who aren't used to the genre, it's like, yeah, no, you're gonna have a bit of a hard time because you're going into a game where there's no such thing as an easy mode. There's no such thing as a difficulty option. It's you pick this you can either pick a class that gives you a little bit of boost in stats if you want to, or you pick the hardest class, the wretch. Uh and yeah, no, you basically you're basically just gonna get destroyed every fight, like all the time. You're gonna be playing a boss fight, and the idea of the game is to learn patterns, learn what a boss does, so that you can beat it. It's not one of those where you can sight read every boss immediately, which just means that you can't do it the first time unless you're a veteran. It's like otherwise you can't do it the first time, man. You're gonna
Yeah.
die a lot. To put it into perspective, Denny Taku, uh, he said that the first time that he played Elden Ring and he fought Margit took him 10 hours to beat Margit, which I just feel like maybe he went into it a little bit too early, if you ask me. I feel like he went into that battle a little too early because since we've been playing it, me and him, doesn't really seem like it'd take that long. Like I'd say maybe a little bit because we need to maybe level up a little bit more, or we just have to get more uh decent. Me and Swede, we've fought Margit a little bit so far. I think that's the current boss we're on, and I think we got very close to the end, and then he killed us.
And I
I
was
think that's
like,
what happened.
nah, fuck you.
Because we had Rajier, the summons that's at the door, that's always there at the door if you're playing solo. And then we had the jellyfish summons that we've been using. And I wish we can get the really good guy, but we have to put a lot of points in a mind anyway. But it's like, yeah, no, it's just the game can take forever for a lot of these bosses. It's meant to be that way. You're meant to put a shitload of hours into it if you want to beat it, but it's like it's really fun in a way. I understand it. I understand the game getting this great soundtrack, great, all the other things it won, everything, it has like great soundtrack, it has the great uh direction. It has, like I said, it has a good narrative. It's just like it's not force-fed narrative. It's not in your face or just there. You kind of have to look for it, which makes sense why I didn't win that one, but still, I don't know. But no, Game of the Year, Elden Ring. And fun
Yeah.
fact for people who didn't watch the Game Awards, I'm going to go and spoil this little fun fact, which it's been memed to death, so everyone knows. This was funny as fuck. Um, the From Software, the people who were there to represent, they went up to the stage to claim their reward for the Game of the Year. They go up to stage. There was a kid who followed them, a random fucking kid who was not with them at all. They weren't even near each other in the seats, and like just gets up, follows them, and it's in the background of the shot, like of the camera view showing the representative and his translator. Talking because the guy's Japanese, so yeah, had his translator there to translate for him, and he just had the kid in the background staying in the middle of him, just like looking ominous, like, okay, what's going on here? Like, I don't know, I didn't know who the kid was at the time. I thought, okay, maybe it's part of a group or something. Maybe it's like some, I don't know what the hell this is about. Nobody commented on it, not even Keeley, the guy who's the host of the show, didn't even comment on it. And then, because it's the first time he went up there, even though Elden Ring won an award before and the kid wasn't up there. This time he was up there, and it's just like, okay. Then after the award was given, goes up to the mic and basically says that he wanted to dedicate the award to what was it?
Bill Clinton.
Yeah, no, I know that, but like I want to know like the full phrase. Like, hold on, let me look this up. I want to look this up to get the full phrase to tell you what he said. So, let me see. Kid and okay. Let me see what he says real quick. Okay, he said, really quick, I want to thank everybody and say that I want to nominate this award to my Reformed Orthodox Rabbi, Bill Clinton. It's like, what? Like it's just like it's fucking weird where you see this random ass kid just fucking show up out of nowhere and does that shit. It's just like, I'm sorry? Like there was a whole team up
I'm
there. Like I'm looking at this
still
picture right
fuck.
now. You have the main guy holding the reward. You have the translator, and you have two other people who are part of this. Who are part of From Software, I believe. And you have the kid that's just sitting there, and it's just like,
You can
why?
even see that he doesn't belong there. Like there,
Exactly. It's just like what?
but no one is like, wait, should
No
we?
one's questioning it. And the worst part is everybody in the audience clapped like during that. There was like a full audience roar whenever like you said that. It's like I think it was more of a confused thing. And it's just like sure, okay, cool. Even Keely was just like, all right, cool, whatever. Like at the time, but it turns out, yeah, no, he was pissed about it. He just wanted to put on a good face for the awards, not to be mean about it. But
Yeah, I know.
that
I
that
saw
kid
that,
that kid got arrested.
and I'm like, nah,
He's
nah.
he got
If
arrested
you
for it.
have
Like
such terrible security, I feel like it's on you. Like it's not his fault
there are
because
some great fucking memes. Like let me look this up. So Elden Ring Game of the Year kid memes. Let me see. There's some really fucking good ones where it's like an hold on. I'm gonna copy this real quick and I'll probably put it on screen as well for everybody to see. Let me see. Copy image. Let's see if I can just paste it to you. I'll put it in stage text, which I don't know if anybody's around, but
oh,
okay,
okay.
that's one of them. I'll put it on screen for everybody. Let me see if I can do that.
Mm.
Uh, add image. I don't think I can do that. Hold on. Maybe I was able to paste an image on screen at one point, but I don't think I can do that now.
Well, that sucks for you, doesn't it?
I mean, I can easily do it, no problem. It's not hard to fix. Random. Here we go. Let's see. Shit. Why is this fucking browser so stupid? Okay. Oh, really? You can't even do that anymore? Stupid. Oh, it's okay. I got this. It's gonna take me a minute. You can talk about anything you want to. Well, I got this, which is not gonna take
Now you're
long.
asking for a lot here, aren't you?
Kinda. Okay, I got it. I got it. All right, so this is the image we're talking about. Meme picture. Uh, I still fucking love it though because the idea is an Elden Ring. Sweden won entire. I mean, I'm sure you do if you've seen any of the gameplay, but or any other Elden Ring type or sorry, a Dark Souls type thing. Um, the thing is, what happens is that you can have invaders in the game to where if you normally play the game normally, random people could just invade your lobby at all. It could be like high level people, which I think they somewhat try to restrict it to people who are near your level, so you can at least have a chance. But it's like people can invade your game and try to kill you. That's the idea. So it's just like they kill you and you lose your runes. That's just the point of it. And you can go back and go claim your runes. I think I don't know if you can or not, if they can steal it. My mic just peaked. Whatever. Anyway, and they show up with like a red tint around them. That's what this meme is. It's the kid here who shows up as like he's invaded by dark spirits. Like, okay, that's funny. Hold on just a second. I'm gonna put one more meme that I think is funny. Let me see if I can find it. Shit. It should be it should be one where it's like really funny to me. Ah, is it this one? Can I do this one? No, not that. Maybe this one. No. There's like one where it looks like really close. It's like what the hell? Um. hmm. I guess I can somewhat use this one. Let me copy it real quick. We're gonna save. New tab. Ah, shit! It's a fucking web p. Are you serious? I hate it when things do this. I don't know if it's gonna pop up on Discord or not. Let me see. It might. Okay, okay, it does. So this picture, this is like just a meme people made. Is that if you look at the guy on the left, that's the one who takes the war and everything. It looks like it's funny in a way because it looks like he wants to bash the kid in the face because he's just up there. He's just like planning. Like he has the trophy in his hand. And it just like it looks menacing if you ask me. Which here I'll show on screen real quick. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Let me get this set up. Okay. So it kind of looks that way. Let's just take this guy out of the question. So poor translator. But no, it's just like you see this with the guy to the left. Like I said, kind of just looks like he just wants to just like do that. Like, all right. It's just funny. I don't know. Anyway, that was a really weird time of the Game Awards. Just like randomly, that's the most memed thing is the kid who just like randomly walked up there. It's like, why? What the hell? So yeah. But I don't know. Game trailer wise, there wasn't all that much. I mean, yeah, there was because they did a lot of premieres.
Ah,
I don't really know what they did though. I don't really remember all that
I
much.
don't remember I because I didn't
And
watch it.
to be fair, it's fine. Doesn't really care all that. I don't really care all that much anyway. Uh, but there was a lot. So if anyone wants to go look at that, just search up Game of the Awards 2022 trailers or something. I don't know. You just look that up, find out whatever they did. So now that we got that out of the way, that took us a whopping, plus the breaks I had to take, 2 hours and 10 minutes to talk about. It took most of the thing. To be fair, that's a good recap of the year. Is say, hey, here's other awards, just to do a kind of recap. Otherwise, recap. Do you want to do a quick deal if you remember anything? 'Cause I really don't.
Well,
The only real recap I can say is of a certain social media thing that got worse and fucking worse throughout the year. Other than that, I have no idea. I can't think of it.
no, I don't.
Hmm. Like I said, this year's been kind of a blur for me, but all I can say is people might know, which I did actually make a post of it. And I'm not going to mention it because I don't like to mention it, but I'll just say that near the end of the year, in a way, like has kind of been the worst sort of. I don't mean to get depressing or anything. I'm just saying like it's kind of been like the worst for me for personal reasons, and I posted about it already. You could probably look it up, but or if you saw it, you know what it is. But I don't really want to get into it because I don't like talking about it. But yeah, I'd say 2021, 2022, possibly the worst years of my life, possibly. So yeah. Anyway, not trying to get depressing, but yeah.
Be depressing. Wait, what?
The only good thing that happened between those is yeah, I hit affiliate woohoo, which doesn't really help much because let's be honest, I got it. I got
And then
affiliate.
you
Wait, I
stop
think it actually happened this
streaming.
year. Well, okay, like I got affiliate. I still streamed. It's just like I don't know. Not many people really watched all that much to begin with. A lot of people who followed me and helped me out during that time. It's just like that's great, but then it's just like it just kind of stopped, I guess. And the main problem I think is because I was playing a game everybody really wanted to watch which was Sonic Unleashed. Everybody loved watching me play that. I'm like, all right, cool. But I couldn't really keep playing it because of the terrible mechanic of you have to collect all the medals, which I've explained to death. But it's like, I found a modded way to where I don't need to worry about that, but I need to try to get my save over to the PC so I can get back to that point, or just play it on my own time and get back to it, whatever works. And then we can continue playing. Uh, Stuff like that. That's it's just like again, you need to stick. I don't know. That kind of stuff happened, and then like the terrible thing that happened later in the year, I stopped a lot. I couldn't really focus on streaming at all. I couldn't really do it, and I'm still at a point where it's hard to get back to. I mean, I mainly am here for the collabs and everything, and past that, I just can't really do anything. I I don't know.
And you've been
So
unusually tired, as you told me yesterday. Like, been tired.
a lot of times, yeah,
I think it.
it's
Yeah, we talked
a
about
lot of
that
times it is
first
also
day.
that.
I think we talked about that first day.
Yeah.
Like, you are like you have.
I'm having a lot of sleep issues is the problem. It's just like I don't really get tired until it's like very late and I sleep for way longer than I should. A lot of times I'll sleep up to like 10 to 12 hours, maybe even more because I just can't do I used to be able to do 7 hours all the time and I could do like 5 hours for work. Like whenever it's a work night, I could just sleep for 5 hours and that'll be decent. I would have like, coffee or some in the morning and I'll be fine. It'd be whatever. Now it's like it's really hard just to stay awake and I don't know. And a lot of times my mood just fluctuates, which part of that isn't due to the thing that happened earlier in the year or not earlier, but few months ago, I'll say.
I mean, it's still earlier
Uh
this year, so
it's earlier earlier in the sense that it happened earlier, but not in the sense that it's early in the year that it happened. It was just a few months ago. But a lot of my mood fluctuation is part of that. Like these last few weeks, like there are times when I want to stream something in the night and it's like I don't know. It's just like in my head the entire time, even when I'm sitting there, I'm like, I want to do this. I really want to. Like, I've been wanting to play, for example, more of the Ocarina of Time randomizers, which I did manage to do, and also play some more VR because I got my headset back. And it's like I've been wanting to do that, but I just get so tired out of nowhere. It's just like it just hits me, and I'm like, I really want to do this, but I'm so fucking tired. And it's just like, I know that content wise, at least, I'll be pretty shit. Like, I won't be talking all that much. I won't be interacting all that much. I'll just be sitting there like a drone playing a game. It's like, at that point, why even fucking stream? And it's like, that's not going to get me anywhere. I don't know. But It's just a rough point where it's not necessarily burnout. It's just like me being too tired or my mood is not there. It's like I want to do it so badly, but something else is affecting it. So yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to stream more. It's just it doesn't work. Maybe in the future that might have to change because I will say this is that I did recently ask for a lot more overtime on my job and everything. I asked for that because I do need the money, mainly because we had like an insurance thing where you can apply for insurance and everything like medically and all that. It takes a bit of money out of my check from now on, and it's like I kind of need more money. So it's like I'm just asking for more overtime. So in a sense, a lot of the streams might be cut back because of such. So for example, Tuesdays and Thursdays is our normal times when me and Sweet collab. We may have to reschedule some of those because I may have to work those days because I asked for it. My
Yeah.
normal schedule for the record is Saturday, Sunday because I'm part time, but yeah. And also here lately, whenever it's a Sunday, me and Sweet will sometimes do something where he plays a game and I'm in the background talking, or some to that effect. Or maybe we'll do like the D&D thing, which we have to do our session 2 at some point, but we're on the wait on when we get the other person.
Yeah, the issue is
Whenever
not
Erdrix can
us
come
for this
back.
one, to be honest.
Yeah, to be fair, that's normal with D&D and tabletop games is that is scheduling everybody to get together. It's hard. So it's like that's our main issue. It's just getting everybody together, which currently we have, obviously the main players that were already there, which is Sweet and Erdrix, which Sweet is usually available no matter. Erdrix, it's hard to get him available. And Denny even more so, who wants to join. So it's like, yeah. So it's like it's a rough batch, but point is, what I was trying to say is that may have to stop soon on the Sunday thing. Maybe I don't know because, or at the very least, it's gonna be harder because now they have it where it's like I don't know if it's just because it's been cold lately and they want to make sure no pipes freeze or burst or something like that in the building, but they kind of set it to where now it's like every 4 hours I have to go and you know go inside and go look around and such. So it's like
But at the
that
moment
can
is
work, but it's just like it's more of those like if me and you were doing something at that time, I'd have to every 4 hours have to go in and I will be gone for like 30 minutes. Like that's how long it takes to basically walk around. It takes like 15 to 30 minutes to walk around the whole place, depending on how much I'm looking. So if I rush it, it's like 15. But if I don't rush it, which is good not to rush it, it's about 30. So it's like it would take a while. I don't know.
mhm.
So it makes things a little bit more difficult. And Saturdays, we sometimes get to do stuff there. That's going to end soon. It's only because it's holidays that Saturdays are free for me. It's going to get back to not being free once that happens. Plus, now they have a thing where it's another stricter thing where if somebody wants to come in when it's not a schedule change or whatever, it's not shift change, it's like I have to, they have to call up to me to verify who they are before they come in, which makes sense. It makes sense. It's just like eh, it makes stuff like what we do a lot harder. Like I wouldn't be able to do much. Most of the time, though, I just like watching videos as I'm doing my job because I can do that. It's not hard. Or listen to music. It's not
Hey,
hard. Just have that in the background and do what I do normally.
terrorism.
No.
Oh, wait, that's me.
I think as my job description, that's one thing well, okay. My description is not to prevent that, but it is to prevent incidents. So or if an incident occurs to report such things. I'm basically just it's basically just a glorified desk job that requires you to walk around every now and then. That's about it. That's all I got.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I don't know.
You don't provide anything to society.
I mean, I do for the company that I'm at. I help them in the sense of keeping things secure or at least noted. Some happens like I can, notify people about it, mention it at all. Also, your picture is not centered and I fucking hate it. I have your icon here. It's not centered, and I'm looking at it like, ugh. Anyway, fuck it. And your fucking title isn't centered either. Neither is mine. I hate I hate this. I need to just make a
Are you
picture instead of
okay?
doing what I normally do is I have the picture itself, or they're all different like scenes put slapped together, or sources, whatever, slapped together. I need to just make a full image and just have that image itself because that make it a lot easier. But I don't. Anyway,
That's not what I
uh,
was asking you, but okay.
the answer is eh.
Just
I don't
going
know.
completely insane.
Eh. Otherwise, I don't really know what else we can talk about other than the trashing. But I don't really know what else we can
I
really
think
talk
that's
about. I mean, you got
all we
anything?
have left to do, to be honest.
I mean, let me see if I got any mini topics. I mentioned there was one I want to talk about, but I don't even remember what it was anymore. Uh,
I feel like we should do that after if we have time, cause this is gonna be a long topic
I mean the
probably.
mini topics, right? But the mini topics really don't take that long. To be fair, we say that. Let's be honest, we say
Yeah.
that, but
Now let's.
still. Hold on. There's really nothing I can really mention in this sense. I mean, I feel like some of these might have been from last time, and I just don't remember it. I don't know. I've got nothing, so I guess we could just go ahead and go into the main big O trash, our
Oh,
secondary topic of this episode is, well, you guessed it, Twitter being a pile of absolute shit. Which, granted, it wasn't far from that to begin with, but was it earlier this year, I believe, or somewhere on there? Uh, Elon Musk took over as he bought the company out for like what 44.5 billion, I think 45 billion, somewhere on there. A lot of money he spent on a social media website and then trash. It's funny though. He spent the money, made the contract, and then he's like, you know what? I don't want this. And then they were trying to sue him because it's like, hey, we paid you, or like, or sorry, you gave us the money to do all this stuff to give you this, like, you do what the hell you said you were gonna do. And it's like, okay, and it's like, fine, you know what? Sure, I'll run Twitter. Whew, that was a bad idea. That was a
what
bad
do you
idea.
mean? I didn't see the issue here. Why was it such a bad idea?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
So let's
uh,
start us off.
should we start from the beginning? Cause I feel like the beginning is very good.
I feel like from the beginning, yeah, just like what's one of the first? Okay, the first worst thing that he really did that I can really mention is the verification system. That's the big one that he mainly started with,
No, no,
which
he
was start. I mean,
started
I think.
with no. This is before he said that was free speech. Remember?
Well, yeah, I know that, but I'm saying that's part of the verification systems. The thing.
No, that comes after the free speech because he
Well, yeah, no,
started.
he said, "Oh, hey, he believes, the Twitter should have free speech." That's really all that happened.
Yeah, yeah. But the moment people started made fun of him, what happened then? He started banning people.
I guess.
And then I
I don't know. You have
think
that. You basically have him. There's the count that basically tracked where his jet went, and he considered that as like doxing and all this other stuff. And so he's like, nope, ban that. Banned it a few times, by the way, because he recently banned it again, which we'll get into that. Uh, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, Twitter Blue was already a thing before he joined, for the record. It was a thing before he joined in that they started it. And it was like, oh, hey, we just had this little subscription service, whatever, as a like, oh, it gave you like the main feature of it was to give you an edit button, which I find stupid that they limit to $8 subscription. Like, what the fuck? It's like, come on, dude. Like they gave you, it's so stupid. It's like, oh, hey, here's an edit button. Like, there you go. And it's like, that would have been way better if we had that already, for everybody. But no, okay, cool, cool.
no, you're
Uh,
right for a lot here.
yeah.
Poor
And there's
fuck.
not really much else really between the two of that. But then again, we had the verification system that came into play. There's not really much before that, to be fair, because it's all a jumbled mess of what the hell he did. Then we had the verification system that he changed up. So if you were verified on Twitter, it usually meant you were like, an important person, or you can go through a verification process of like, show your actual face or the company logo, something of that sort, the brand image, putting if it's individual person, your actual name, put that around, do all that kind of crazy stuff, or put the business name, some of the sort. If you could prove it's you, you could likely be verified, but it usually takes a more important person to do that. So it's like you need to have uh, a large viewer base or something, follow base, like something like that. You need to have that in order to mainly get verified. Then they changed it. Then they made it to where, oh hey, you have those guys, which is the original verified, and then they changed it to where, oh hey, if you subscribe to Twitter Blue, you get a check mark. There you go. You're now verified because you have Twitter Blue. Just because there was no extra steps involved. It's just you get it, you got it. And Elon's whole shtick was that, oh, if we do this, it'll root out the bots and everything to make sure that, we don't have all these bots and scammers and everything. Like, it makes it a lot harder and everything. Like, you realize that they can just buy the Twitter Blue for the bot and then do it. And it made it worse because then for the people at the time, you could like make a random company. Like, you could say, I don't know, Nintendo, and then put like a slightly off like at like a slightly off, username or whatever, and then you would have a check mark, and people would believe you. Like, people would actually believe that's the real one because it had the check mark, and it made it really fucking difficult.
What
And it's
was
like,
it?
yeah, no, you wanted to stop spammers or scammers and bots. You continued it and made it worse.
What was it? Who was it? What was the company that got really hard hit?
I don't remember actually. I know that I know of one, but I don't actually know the name. I don't remember it.
It was like some medical group that
I think
sells,
so.
and it was so fun because they were like, "Oh, we're gonna give out free shit," and then the official one came out and was like, "No, no, we're not." It's like
Mm.
you really hate people, don't you?
I don't know. It's kind of rough.
Uh,
And then plus you have like the million different Elon Musk fakes, where it's like a lot of accounts that pretend to be Elon Musk. Mm. There's a lot of stuff in that case. There was some fake people who were like promoting like these new features that would come to stuff, and it's like they're fake. It's not a real person. At the time, there was no way to differentiate the two, but then shortly afterwards, they released a update to it to where if you clicked the check mark, you have to actually push it, and then it would tell you what it was. So it'd say like, this person could be government or important person or whatever else if it was a normal verified. And then if it was a blue person, you clicked and it'd say, oh, this person has a check mark because they subscribed to Twitter Blue. And that's all that it had. And as of recent, they changed it to where they're now colored check marks. So you have the gray one, which I think is the whatever. You have, or actually, no, I think gray one's government. Yellow is for businesses. Uh, I think it's just a white one or just something. I forget what it is for just random people. And then you have a blue one for Twitter Blue, which I don't know. It's weird. On mobile, it doesn't always show it for me. I just see the yellow one sometimes.
I see
But
it on EGN. That's the only one I've seen have yellow.
yeah, like now they kind of differentiate of like, who's who. It's like, all right, whatever. Um, and then you go, what is it? Sorry, I just had a massive brain deletion, is what I would call it. It's like I had the thought in my head and it's gone. Um, Anything else before the major thing? Anything else that happened before that? When the Twitter verification came out, it was like before the new thing that happened. Um, okay, one thing that happened is that people thought that Twitter was about to die. That everyone kept saying, like, not just saying that because the bad stuff happening, is that people were legitimately saying that Twitter was actually just about to close down, like just like stop working completely. And I don't know where that came from. I don't know where that started, but it's just like they just said, "Oh, Twitter's just gonna stop. It's done. There's no it's just gonna stop working. The servers are gonna die. That's it." It's like, oh, I all right. It wasn't a big deal to me, but it's like, okay, that's crazy. Everybody was believing it. Never happened. That's like everybody who keeps saying like, "Oh, this year, this day, the world's gonna end," and it doesn't happen. It's just all speculation and shit. I don't know what the hell it is.
See, guys, I'm allergic to bullshit.
Are we all? Hmm. No shit. Hold on. Oh wait, actually, wait. I have a. I think I have a post for that. Okay, so there's apparently a post here. Well, let me see. It says TLDR, Twitter's closing offices till like the 21st and has laid off slash lost like 85% of office employees. People took closing Twitter offices as closing Twitter and started a dooming wave across the platform. Basically, the servers are fine. Server maintenance is a completely different part of the company, and the side app will continue chugging along as normal. Okay.
Well, besides yesterday.
Apparently things would just get buggy. Apparently things would just get buggy, and it'll also take longer to patch things. Apparently. Uh, I don't know, stuff like that. But apparently, no, that was just it. It's just that a lot of people got laid off, so people were thinking, "Oh God, that's gonna like," because it's 85%, but that was office workers, so that's not what happened. Uh, other than that, I had something else. Let me go back.
Uh,
I think that's really the only thing between that and the recent thing. Was there anything else that happened?
he banned people.
That's
He
normal.
he's being a bitch. Oh wait, that's normal also.
Normal.
He's fighting with. Oh no, wait, that was Andrew Tate. But wait, did you see that about Andrew Tate?
Oh, always. The Andrew Tate shit is the meme of the year.
Yeah, but did you see the latest one?
Probably not.
He tagged Thunberg, and he got destroyed.
I don't even know who that is. Timber.
Greta Thunberg, you know, the
Oh,
activist.
but you could just say the first name. Another first name. I don't know who the second. I don't know
I
what her
always
last name is.
just what her Greta Thunberg. Thunberg. Very weird spelled.
I know. I'm saying I don't know. I
But
think it's
yeah,
Thunberg actually, but still
she
no.
later no. I think because she's Swedish, you translate. But yeah,
Meh.
she basically she destroyed him. Yeah, it was funny. But yeah, no. I don't know. I think what was the latest that happened that I forgot? I think I know what you're talking about, but I
Hmm?
forgot.
Guess what?
Oh yeah, we have the polls. Where
Oh yeah, no. We'll get into that. That's the very latest. There's some before that.
no, there is something in but after that. I think.
Nope, it's before.
That before?
Hmm. The polls is the thing that before is the reason why the polls started.
Let me go to Twitter real quick. Where is? How do you search on Twitter? Twitter.
The search button.
Oh, there. God damn it. Twitter on PC sucks.
Oh, one thing he did. I remember with this. So apparently, one thing that happened is that Elon accidentally joined a Twitter space, like a big Twitter space that he randomly joined in. I forgot what the actual topic was about. And there were people in there who was sort of making fun of him. and then also he noticed he was in there and kind of was saying some things to him, but he immediately quit out. I forget exactly what happened, but I think some people got banned from that topic of like from that space, and then he turned off spaces for Twitter globally.
Oh yeah, I know he
It
got
wasn't even
mad.
in the app. Like, so people in the if you go to Twitter, like also the app, for example, if you see like what looks like a mic logo, that was not in the app for a couple weeks because he turned it off. He was that mad he turned it off and be like, "Oh no, this could be like a a spammy thing or a scammy thing or whatever." It's like, what? He just turned it off. Like, okay. Like, I don't get why, but I don't know. That happened.
No, I think the
It's back
latest
obviously
thing he
now, but
did was ban social medias on Twitter.
that was before the poll.
Uh,
That's why. Look, I'll explain. I'll explain here. So we'll go
at
ahead and go
this
to
point,
social
I'm
media
just
things.
confused with what's going on.
So at this point, I would just go and start with that one because I don't know what happened beforehand otherwise. But Twitter released a post saying that they were going to that they understand people, having other social medias and all that, but from this point on, they're going to block any other social media links in posts. So, or in anything, like it could be in your posts, it could be in your account info, bio, whatever. You could not link to another social media. So things like Facebook, Instagram, uh, other stuff. I forget the exact ones. I can pull up the list really quick. Let me see. So wait, hold on. Twitter, block, social media. Nope, not what I meant. Here we go. Let me see if I got the actual picture. Doesn't say. Did I take a picture? I think I took a screenshot or I downloaded the picture. Let me see. Trying to get the exact wording so we can get that down.
Uh,
Is it? No. I know you posted it a bit ago, but I don't think I actually got it. I don't know. Anyway, to note stuff like that, and also link aggregators, which just means, or however you pronounce the word, aggregators, whatever. Point is, things like Linktree or Card, where basically you can have that link. And hold on, I think it's a aggregator. Anyway, it's basically just like you go to a link and it'll have like all your social media links on there. So that's what Linktree or Card does. They block those as well, and a few other things. And people are extremely outraged because it makes no sense. For one, to say, oh, Elon's first thing of, oh, hey, free speech. And it's like, well, now you kind of take that away by saying, hey, don't link to other places or don't use these type of things. The problem with banning tree or card, for example, I still use cards, so fuck you, Twitter. Um, I don't even know if that's still banned. I'll read some in a second to see if it's still banned or not, because I don't know if they took that back or not. Anyway, the problem with doing that is there's a lot of artists and people who do commissions and everything. They use Linktree and stuff like that to link to their other profiles on like their websites to like link to say like their Ko-fi or DeviantArt or Pixiv or whatever the hell they use, or Tumblr, whatever the hell they use to like show off their art or to like get commissions and stuff like that. And it kind of just like fucked that entire thing over for them. It's like, okay, and the problem really was like, when would it stop? Is what people were thinking. When would it stop? When maybe next, like maybe don't do so, other things like no to Twitch, no to YouTube, none of that stuff. They don't want you doing any other links in that sort of situation. Like, you're basically promoting something. Don't do that. Like I don't know. You never know. They could have started it. Uh, let me see real quick. Apparently, also on December 19th, Twitter deleted the tweets announcing the policy that prohibited people from posting handles and links to other social networks. The company has also silently removed the policy page that detailed these rules. Meanwhile, the Twitter safety account started a poll asking users if the company should form a policy on accounts used just to promote other social networks, which resulted in a giant no. So So now apparently it's been adjusted to where Elon went out, or Elon said that it's been adjusted where the policy will only it's for to suspend accounts whose only purpose is to promote other networks. But Twitter itself hasn't made an announcement of that. But it's basically, yeah, no. So now it's just if an account is only to promote social media and it doesn't do anything else, then it gets banned.
Which I gonna be honest with you, kinda makes sense. Like if you only make an account for different to show off another place, I feel like yeah, no, it's a little bit like dumb.
Yeah, it's pretty dumb. So I mean, I guess that makes sense. But it's like I don't know who thought that was a good idea in the first place to do it for everybody. Like, the fuck? I guess it's like they didn't want any competition. Like, oh, hey, here's my Facebook page. It's like, well, now you're promoting another media. We're a social media. We need to be competitive. Like, no. The whole idea of a social media is a place for people to go to be social online. That's it. That's its purpose. But they wanted to get competitive with it. It was stupid as hell. Um, that got fucked over. And as it started with a Twitter, as I'm saying now, it started with a Twitter safety thing saying, should people get suspended for that? And a lot of people put no. So in this case, that's when the polls started. But now Elon Musk himself, does the polls. So if you go to his account at times, you'll see plenty of polls asking for things. Like one of his questions was, should he step down for being CEO? Like he'll still own Twitter, but he won't be CEO. And I'm pretty sure everybody basically said no. And I think he said he would abide by, which who knows if that's actually a meme or not. Uh,
No, here's the thing. He
I
will
think
step down because here's the thing. When he finds someone that can take over.
yeah, I know that's the thing. I think he has said that he would step down in that case, but he wants to find somebody to replace. Which the problem is, I
He,
don't
he
know
might
if
not
that's
be
gonna be a
lying
good. It
about
might
it.
be.
That
It might be somebody that he personally picks, which may not be a good pick.
I mean, that's the whole
It'd be
thing.
bet.
Is we know
Yeah,
already the pick is not gonna be someone we like. It's gonna be someone he likes.
yeah, it's probably not gonna go very well. He's also done a lot of feature polls where it's just like, say, do you want this to come to Twitter? And he'll do that poll or whatever else. I forget which one it was, but there was a poll that he made that asked if something would happen, and down below it, somebody made a comment saying that, oh, it's like maybe only Twitter Blue subscribers should be like, using these kind of polls because we're the only ones who have skin in this site or something like that, which just means that, they're the only ones who have like anything to lose or to uh benefit if a feature gets added or removed or whatever happens, or a policy change, whatever the hell. And apparently he replied below it saying, actually, that's not a bad idea or something like that. I'm paraphrasing, but it's like, oh God. First, he's like, "Oh, hey, free speech. Here, I'm giving you a free vote to, influence what we're gonna do." And then right below it, it's like, maybe just for the people who spend money on the website. Then, like, fuck's sake, it's only $8 a month. It's not like you're, investing stocks into the damn thing or so. If you were a stock holder for Twitter, like, okay, maybe that makes sense. That probably makes sense for you to like have a majority vote because you actually own stakes in the company, but not if if you fucking spend $8 a month on their stupid subscription. That doesn't. Who cares? I don't get it. No, it's stupid. But yeah, no, that's apparently now a thing. Is he started the polls because of the massive backlash of the social media thing, and I guess he just like realized at that point, like, yeah, this might be a better option. Just ask.
And
He's
then
not
they
being fully
add
transparent, but at least he's asking. But who knows if he's actually going to follow through with them?
I think it did with the social media. It's just that, but
Yeah, I think that's the one he's followed through with because they deleted a lot of stuff. I want to go look at his account real quick. I'll go look. Elon Musk.
it's not much.
Let me. Yeah, no, I want to see if there's any polls recently that he's done. I wish I could just search up poll to begin with, but I can't.
That never
There's a
really,
lot of stuff that he's like replied to or whatever. It feels honestly, Elon kind of feels like oh, that's another thing we're gonna mention that he did, but I'll mention in a second. Another thing that it kind of feels like he's the new Trump of Twitter because beforehand it was always Trump like posting stupid as fuck shit or like plans that he would do on Twitter. It's like you realize this is a global internet, you know, thing. Like you're kind of mentioning things you probably shouldn't, being a president, keeping some secrets here and there. Like no, don't say that. And a lot of other countries, especially like other countries' leaders, probably look at some of his posts as if it's like he's either the representative of, well, granted that would make sense, is like he's the voted person as the president, being the representative person, or it just being like he has what he says on there could be law to America in a sense. Now it's Biden who's doing stupid shit. But anyway, that's a whole other topic.
Oh yeah, did you
Uh,
say his that he's not brainwashed tweet?
I don't know. I scrolled down to his latest poll. How
Yeah,
long ago was that tweet?
December. It was yesterday.
Okay, yeah, you go. It's it.
So basically, it said I'm not brainwashed. So there's a picture where you have like the flag, the gay flag. I think this is the Pennsylvanian flag.
Mhm.
Also, I don't know. I don't know what flag it is. About
I
vaccine,
don't know if they like.
CNN, Google, everything like this. And what people pointed out is it also has Twitter. And the guy that says this, they brainwash you, and then you have a guy with the American flag that says, really?
Mm.
Basically, he's making fun of the left, I guess.
Mm.
And he did he basically made fun of Twitter itself. It's a good one. I'm gonna send you the link to the tweet.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look at it on my phone or on my computer, except my phone has the polls, or has a recent poll, which I'll talk about a feature in that one. Uh oh, I see.
That one
Oh
is
my god.
good.
All right.
See, only reason I follow like certain, I don't know if I said this on like on the Twitch before, but there's a few account I follow not because I like them, but because they're dumb.
I think you just want to see the fire. As JC said earlier, it's like, when I brought up a little bit about Musk and Twitter, he just said he's just watching the trash fire. So in this sense, that's kind of what you do when you follow those people. You just want to see like the drama and like them being fucking stupid and like whatever fire they start.
Which is
That's your only
why I
purpose for
still
following them.
follow like J.K. Rowling and shit. Like I just want to see the world burn at this point.
I've considered following Elon just so I can see his stupidity.
Yeah, I mean I already follow Twitter. I've been following Twitter for a long time. I followed Elon.
I mean, yeah, I followed them a long time ago, but I should probably
I
follow
have
Elon
been
just to see his stupidity.
following Biden for a long time also. And
Yeah.
it's kind of that's also a guy. That's also like yeah. I follow it. The best part was to follow Trump though. Like you
That's
don't know what you would get.
no.
Like
Mm-mm.
it was
You don't know
really
what the
like
fucking next post could be from that guy. It's just like, I think somebody should take. It's funny. Everyone was always just be like, I think somebody should take the phone away from him because he's going a little crazy there.
because often people think that there's a media person that does the job, but with him, I don't think there was one. Because it was like, nah,
You should
let's.
have like a community person who's like any like business or like important individual. They have like a secretary or they have a community representative who their entire job is basically to post things on there, like to either like post new stuff that's coming out or like stuff that they're doing, uh, or in some cases it'll be just like, they're allowed to put some comedic effort into it if they want to. It's like, yeah, that's fine as long as you don't go overboard. So, for example, Wendy's, their community representative, great person.
And with Xbox.
Yeah, they do pretty good too.
Fall Guys has a really good one. I think it's Fall Guys that has like
Yeah.
the guy who's worked for Inner Sloth, the one who made Among Us. He's also like,
Hmm.
but they at least
Yeah,
like they have and fuck. I love the Power Wash guys.
that's another thing to mention really quickly is that for anybody who like wants to trash certain people on those official accounts, like don't necessarily go after the account like that, because the account is usually ran by a community representative with the authority of the actual company themselves. So it's like they themselves control, the community person actually controls the account, but what they say is influenced by the company. So it's just like a lot of times when you're bashing somebody, you're very likely bashing not the company themselves. So it's like careful in what you do there.
Yeah. And then you have Trump, which did he just
Yeah,
like
that had to
decide
be
to
him.
fire the guy? Like he was like, yeah, so you're fired. I don't need you.
Mhm. I mean, obviously, the presidents have their own secretaries. They have a whole team. They have the whole cabinet and everything. But it's like that. They could probably allocate some of that too. I'd say the secretary are probably the best bet for anything social media wise. But it's like, nope, not him. He just did it all himself, I guess.
Yeah, I sent you
I can
funny.
just imagine someone going into the fucking Oval Office, like with an important business meeting. He just like on his phone. He's like, "Hold on, I have to post a tweet." I can't do a good Trump impression, but you get the point.
No, because if he sounds too sane, people would not like him anymore. Like the reason he won
Mm.
was because he was insane.
I think most people voted for him just to see the world burn. But then there's actual people who really believed in him, and it's just like, you're weird. I don't know.
Here's the thing. I
Anyway,
believe that he will fuck up.
yeah. Plus, we're talking about America. There's a lot of idiots here. But anyway, uh,
I sent you a funny joke about Mr. Andrew.
hold on. Let's go into Interesting. Nice.
I'm gonna send
Yeah.
you a tweet back to him. Okay. Fuck this. Well, and now I accidentally fucking capitalized them. God damn.
Good job. Good job.
This is still fucking. I fucking. This is the first time I can say that I like her because I kind of dislike her because I don't know. I
Hmm.
just don't like her style. You need to see the
Honestly?
quote retweet. I gave you the tweet. She quote retweeted.
Okay, that's a good one.
And then he
Oh,
quote retweeted back, by the way.
oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna admit she's at least good at comebacks in that case. Hey, that's a decent.
Where is his response? I see people made fun of his response because it took him like 10 hours to respond to her. I am searching up Andrew Tate. I don't know if that is.
I would say that he probably had to think of that on his own for like 10 hours, but I'm very sure it's more like he had to contact somebody else and wait till they were probably awake, or wait until, they weren't busy to come up with a response for him.
Like, fuck, I can't. Guys, can someone help me? Anyone? Please? Maybe I should follow his account too.
Mm.
As I said,
But
wait, did he delete his respawn
that'd be funny.
tweets and
Uh,
reply? It maybe goes on tweets and replies.
it's a quote tweet now.
Where? Here it is.
Hmm.
It also has a video I've not watched, but like, this,
I have to do that later.
this is his. This is his response.
Wow.
That's the response. It's like.
Wow. It took him that long to come up with such a weak ass response. All right. Anyway, I want to go back into the original topics here. But the Twitter polls. So to note, the last one, which someone else said he did that I forgot about, Twitter, or at least him, added views to tweets. So now you can see how many people have viewed your tweet publicly. And not just, again, it's not just you can see your own views, everyone sees your views, which I think is a stupid idea. If you're going to add views, first of all, add a setting to where you can do that. And then two, make it to where it's not public. So it's like you can see how many people view your tweet. No one, you can't see someone else's views. Because I think that's stupid. I'll say this. I think down on the bot where it's like you're just not focused on a post, like you shouldn't see the views, but if you click it, then you can maybe see the views on the post then. So
Yeah.
it's like then maybe that'll work. So it's less cluttered, but now it's cluttered. And he even has a poll recently that's like tweet impression count should stay on the left side or should be moved to the right, because people were saying like it's in a weird spot, which I actually think it'd be better on the right side than on the left. I think reply should be the first option, not the fucking view count.
I think
But
that was the issue with what people talked about was the view count being annoying in the way. Oh, I
it's
want
an
to
anno-
reply,
I mean
but
it's an annoying
because
place because I'm used to the like button being right there where the retweet button is now. So I'll hit the retweet button and accidentally no, I wanted to like because it's like it's in a bad spot now. Um,
yeah, he said it's like muscle memory.
yeah, pretty much. And then apparently right below, because people mainly voted and moved to the right, he made the joke of, so you're saying you prefer the right. Heh.
Uh,
That was his reply.
my eye hurts.
I think I just had an aneurysm reading that. Hold on a minute. Twitter is rolling out view count, so you could see how many. This is his announcement for it. You could see how many times a tweet has been seen. This is normal for videos. Shows how much more alive Twitter is than it may seem, as over 90% of Twitter users read but don't tweet, reply, or like, as those are public actions. Meant to say impressions instead of view count, but yeah, no. So yeah, no. Now we have impressions, which is his whole purpose.
We do?
I don't know. That's his part. I think like his original idea is so it's like, hey, the idea is to be like, oh, it's like you may not think your post has is getting any activity at all. Like no one's seeing it, no one's even caring, but it's like, oh, here's this to show you people are looking at it. It's having the opposite effect. It's having an opposite effect where it's like you see maybe a lot of people looking at your tweet, but you have no likes, replies, or any of that stuff, and it's just like it just feels worse to be like, oh, people saw this, but they just scrolled on by anyway. Didn't even give a shit. Especially if it's your followers in that sense, that it's like that just feels worse. I don't know. Uh, let's see. Oh, apparently they're gonna add cash tags, which is you add a dollar sign. You basically look at the stocks. Like it's a hashtag for looking at stocks for a company. So you can put a whatever you can put
But
the
why?
dollar sign or whatever, and then you look at the stocks within. I don't know. If you want to look at stocks, go look it on Google or the main stock website. I forgot what it's called. Uh,
Ah.
That poll's stupid. Oh yeah, here it is. The should I step down as a head of Twitter? I will abide by the results of this poll. It got 57% yes, 43 no. It said I'll resign as CEO as soon as I find someone foolish enough to take the job. After that, I will just run the software and servers teams.
Does he even know how those works?
I don't know. I
And
don't know.
yesterday the server crashed or something. We got overloaded. Did you hear about that?
Hmm.
Yesterday, the servers got overloaded.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah. Oh, here's another thing to note. Before about the banning links thing with social media. Again, I got the actual picture now. So it says at both tweet level and account level. So again, like I said, if you make a post or if it's like in your account info. Uh, let's see. So basically, again, Facebook, Instagram, Mastodon, Truth Social, Tribal, Post, and Noster. Third-party social media link aggregators, or however you pronounce that, such as Linktree, Link.bio. And typically, card counts. They didn't say it, but it counts because it's the same thing. Then examples. So saying follow me this username on this website, and even people trying to post Mastodon links like that's also banned.
Yeah,
So it's like that's just
that is
yeah, it's just
pity.
dumb. A lot of people after this actually moved to different websites like Hive and Mastodon. And I'll say this Hive is ran also by an asshole. I think the person is noted to be homophobic and transphobic and all this other stuff, and I think also racist. I'm not sure about that one though. Uh,
I mean
and
that.
it's just like,
I mean, three
yeah,
out of three would be good. It's a score.
3 out of 3. You're right. One of those is already enough to say fuck you. Just to like boycott. Uh,
I mean,
but I don't
like
know.
I don't care if you're homophobic, because not all of them is actually against gay people. The reason they is that they think that gay people is attracted to them. It's not that they're against
Well,
gay
that's not
people.
necessarily being homophobic. That just means like you're not that's not saying you are homophobic. That's just saying
No,
that
but
you are
that's like,
uh you just have that I mean, yeah, of course, you don't want somebody hitting on you if you're not interested. Like you don't want that. But it's like that's not to say that you are that's if you do that, that doesn't make you homophobic. That's just like,
yeah, I know
granted there is
that,
a
but
difference there. I mean, you're still being an asshole if you're being like I don't like if someone goes out to say like they don't like people being gay because they don't want to be hit on or something like that, like, that's also still being an asshole.
yeah,
You're
but
still
that
being
that's
one.
part of what I'm talking about. Like gay, like they don't care about gay people as long as it doesn't affect them. Like that's the
Right.
thing. Like
I still don't think that's homophobic though. That's
I
not
think
part of
it
it.
actually goes under it, because it.
Not really.
Remember, it's America. You guys are weird with words.
Well, we don't agree with America's terms here, okay? America does not have the best dictionary. That's why we use the fucking uh UK one most of the time when it comes to English because that they fucking know better
You sure about that?
most of the time.
You sure about that?
I did say most of the time. There's a few times where it's not. And I'll say otherwise, English wise, there's certain things that still makes no sense to me because English is a fucked up damn language. We have two versions of it. You
No,
have
you have
the one
like
over here where it's like,
15
you have,
versions of
you
it.
know, if we have a number where it's, or if we have like a word where it's like, oh, color, for example, you have, you know, what I would say is probably the over here it's probably just America, really, most likely, but it's, Color. That is how it's spelled here. And that's how you were taught in school how that is spelled. But then you go anywhere else, usually UK, I think Canada even does it. It's Colour. Or for armor, same thing. Instead of, OR, it's OUR. So it's like, you add the U in there. And then there's other stuff that's like all different. One of which I say makes sense. Aluminum versus aluminium. It makes sense because even on the table, it does say aluminium, but everyone pronounces it aluminum, which is stupid because you're missing an I in there. Actually, wait. Aluminum.
Yeah, no, you're missing an I.
Yeah, you're missing an I. You're missing. I'm trying to think
Aluminum.
of like, was there any other letters missing? But yeah,
Aluminum.
you're missing an I.
I have two eyes.
Yeah.
So I'm not missing an eye.
But anyway, yeah, no, you basically you're missing so that part that makes sense. I understand that being a that's probably the better way to say it. I'm probably still gonna say aluminum because it's just like
It's
it's
easier.
baked into my memory. That it's baked into my memory. It's baked into like it's like
Aluminium.
it's
Aluminum.
the thing I was taught to say. It's like it just it comes
Aluminum.
out that way.
I
But
think
I
I
don't
would say
know.
aluminium.
Aluminium.
This is going well for me.
Yeah.
That's
Look,
because
man.
that's the Swedish
The
word,
worst
by the
part
way.
is
Also,
the worst part is you can't. I mean, this would be also an asshole thing to say, which is it's me and you here. We make these jokes, but I can't say like you're bad at English or something. Just like maybe you do better with Swedish. So I'm like, from what I've heard from you, you can't do Swedish very well these days.
no. And here's the thing: aluminium.
It's your fucking native language, and it's like you don't even really remember much.
In
You
aluminum.
know the basics, I guess.
Yeah. So here's the thing: aluminum in Swedish is the same way you should say it in English.
Mm.
I could say it.
I don't know.
That's just
Like
depressing.
like I said, for what I've seen of every time you speak Swedish or like when it's written down, like for example the article that you sent before that you were in, uh, like in that case, like yeah, no, that obviously in that case it's in Swedish and it has a quote from you. It's like you know how to talk basic in in Swedish. You don't know the extensive from what it sounds like.
Me basic.
Yeah, you can basically have normal conversations with people, but anything beyond that, it's like, what was that again?
But that's just me in general. The moment people start talking fancy, and I'm like,
Yeah.
sir, I might understand your language, but
It's like I don't know the new ones. I don't know.
see, this is
I don't
why
know what
the
the
good
original
old days is so
original part of
good.
this was.
Everything was
I
so
don't know what we're
basic.
originally talking about. I don't know. That's a lot of crazy stuff.
It's
Where are we at
crazy.
now? 3 hours and 7 minutes. We've talked for yet another. That took an hour to talk about Twitter and the tangents that came with it.
And guess what?
Two 2 hours to talk about Game Awards. 1 hour to talk about Twitter. Yay! I got
Gay?
kind of
Are we
nothing
all
else. I
gay?
mean,
Woo!
what?
Gay people. What?
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 Huh?
I mean, I'm partially, but anyway.
Gay people.
Yay!
You
Partially.
sounded depressed. Like, yay.
I kind of talk about it out loud. No one else knows.
I can.
I mean, everybody on the internet does, but
I mean,
yeah.
I'm just pretty
Which is
open about who I am.
surprising because some of my family does follow my profile follows me on Twitter and everything, and it blatantly says it,
I
but no
really
one
don't really
notices.
give a fuck about it.
I mean, it's really mostly I just don't feel like hearing the shit. I don't feel like hearing it. If they have anything to say, they can walk out the front door or back door. I don't care. Just walk out the door. Go somewhere if you have anything to say about it.
Go
Like,
through
you
the
know what?
window
Who
if you
cares?
need to.
Jump out the window.
I mean, at least you don't live in high up, so that would probably be
Yeah, we
fine.
don't. We don't. It's a trailer. It's barely. It's not even really a story. If I would say that, it's not even a story high.
You
If you go out the
literally,
window, you can. It's literally just like I don't know.
worst case, you fall on a fucking stick that lies there.
It's a couple. It's a few feet. It's a few feet up, which is like judging from we'll say a 6 foot person like me, waist high up to the window, or maybe a little bit below that. Probably like
About
waist high, maybe a little bit higher is like when the window starts.
about two
So it's
feet, give or take, 2-3 feet.
3 4 feet. It's something. Well, here's the thing: you need stair. Well, maybe not. So you need stairs in order to get into the place. So just imagine that you need stairs. And there's only a few stairs to get, or a few steps to get into the door. So like it's a little raised up, but it's like it's not that high.
So,
So
what
like if
is
someone
your
jumped out the
excuse for
window,
being bad at
the
English?
most you would get is maybe a sprained limb and cuts from the glass if you jump through, the glass part, or if you just if you open the window and go out that way, then that's different.
I
What
just
movie you watch?
imagine someone going outside, like, why is he going out the window? Like,
I'm pretty sure the first thought if someone was like walking down the street and saw someone climbing out the window, they probably think you were there to rob. They're probably a thief.
and then the cops comes and it's like, no, no, I live here. Like,
It's like, no, I live here. The door's been stuck. It's on the way out.
oh, do you know? There's actually, I have so many, like, so many people's stories about that they have locked themselves out from their apartment
Hmm.
and have to climb in through the window.
We've done that a few times. Not here, but another house. Like when my mom used to have a house beforehand, but when she had her own place, uh, they had to climb through the window a couple times, or my brother did.
How do you accidentally lock yourself out? Like, I can't
Let
get
the
that.
key, just like walked out without the key.
Yeah, but then you have to, the door should be unlocked.
You don't need a key to lock it. You just lock the door, then you shut it. It'll shut while and lock just like that.
No, no, not here. Don't
It
have.
does that here. You can literally just like it has a lock on the doorknob or wherever. You just like you lock it and you just shut the door as you're walking out, and it's locked and it shuts
Yeah,
just
but
like that.
we don't have that many places that have like a door like that.
It's
So I
common.
can
We have
see it.
every doorknob has a lock.
Yeah, I can see it though if
For us.
you like work at two different places and you forgot the key because you probably
Mm.
got like you get home earlier than you attended, then you realize like fuck, I forgot the
Yeah.
key. And you're
Normally, a
like,
door is supposed to just shut no matter what. So it's like again, even if you lock the door, you could just like pull it. It's fine. Like it'll just like shut on its own. Ours are a little bit weird. The new doorknob on our back door, you just have to like push in like the part that goes into the wall or into the door frame, like that little bit there in the middle. Uh, you just have to like push that in and then like shut the door and it'll go. The front door, that's hard. You have to like pull at a certain angle or something just for it to slide and like shut because it gets stuck otherwise. You have to actually have to turn the knob for it to close normally, but you can actually just like pull it. It's a bit tricky. I can't do it. I think only my dad can do it. I've tried it. It won't shut for me. Like you
but
got to do this. I can't do it.
yeah, but
So I
here's the
usually just
thing.
go out the back door if we need to lock it.
Uh, when our doors often has like, often you have like a ramped like door, like when you open and close the door. But you don't.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: when the lock part, the one that keeps it locked, is often a
Hmm.
square, just a big like rectangle square with no like ramp part. So that's why you can't really lock yourself out here, unless of course you forget the fucking key and you live with someone else that has the key.
What your locks are? You said your locks are like a square shape.
Yeah.
Our
Um.
locks are, I think, more of a cylinder or something, but it's like it could just be dragged over. That's the thing.
Yeah, but
And
you
mostly the
can't
lock is
with.
actually usually the lock is a like you have the bit in the middle and it's like a curved bit, and then it has like an actual part of the back of it
Yeah.
that sticks out. That back part is usually the lock. And so like it'll like, if you push in, it pushes in with it. But I don't know, it's like some kind of like mechanism in a sense that they made it for that specific reason where you just lock it on one side, just shut the door, whatever. Because to be fair, I think it'd be stupid to always have to shut a door and then put a key in it to lock it and go like, it just feels like an extra step you don't need.
But you can't lock yourself out if you do it.
I guess, but even then it's like, nah.
So
There
basically,
should
your
be a thing like
Americans.
cars. Like there are cars where if you have like a key block, because like there are certain cars where you just need like a little block for a keychain or something, and you can just like put it in the car and it'll allow the car to start. In that case, it's like you just put it in there. It's just like a receiver transmitter type of deal. So it's like if you are in the car with it, the car can start. If you don't have it in the car with you, it won't start. So it's like you can have that, but I think they should have something like that for your house, which in that case could just be like a card reader or something. I don't know, like an apartment has. Just like, do that and like, oh hey, it opens.
Do you have
If you don't
fucking
have it,
card
it
readers
doesn't
on
open.
your
Sorry.
apartment?
Yeah, we have card readers on apartments. Some of them. Most of
That's
them.
fancy shit here.
A
Like
lot of them just have.
hotels.
A lot of people you just have keys, but it's like there are apartments where it's like you can you know like a card reader.
I think it's also
Hotels
ease
are
of
mainly
access.
what have those though.
Yeah, but also I think it's ease of access. Like for like
Mm.
if a guy has if like maintenance needs to get in,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
the
you should just
landlord
do
needs
that
to
so you can have
open it. Like,
yeah.
'cause if he knows like, hey, this guy is working, so I'm just gonna. 'Cause he's probably saying like, hey, yeah, maintenance gonna come to your apartment today.
You know, that's one thing though. I'll say this. I believe in that case, a landlord or something like that. I know it's their building, and you know, like you're the tenant and everything. Like you know, you have to pay them. That's the whole thing. I don't believe a landlord or anything of that sort should be allowed to enter unless you were there, unless there's a specific reasoning for them to do so. They have to have a very good reason, like you know, if there's a fire or something, like they can see it, you know, they know there's a fire in there. Maybe your smoke alarm went off,
I mean, often if
or
it's a maintenance thing and you know it's coming, you're probably just gonna be like, I
I mean,
can't
it's
stay
fine. I guess
home.
like my thing is like I would prefer like if only you're there with them. It's like you know,
Oh
technically your
yeah, I
stuff
would
is there. That's the only
definitely
reason
don't.
why. Yeah, it's like that's my only reason why is because your stuff is in there, and you don't want you know anyone to come in taking your stuff. You know, it be the landlord or a maintenance person come in take some. You don't want that to happen. So it's just like just for that reason alone, not because it's your place. You don't want them coming in. It's like well, technically it's their place. You're just renting it, but it's like it's just the stuff that's the problem for me.
Yeah,
That's like people who get evicted. It's like you know if you get evicted, it's a weird circumstance. They usually are supposed to give you like a week or two in advance to in order to move your stuff out.
I think
They're
that
supposed to do that,
I think it
but sometimes
depends
they don't.
also on like circumstances. Like I think
Yeah.
depending, like if the circumstances says like, yeah, no, we have a good reason to do this. Like you need to move out
Mm,
now. Like if
pretty
they
much.
get too much complaint, they're probably gonna be like, yeah, you can't stay here. You have been like we tried to.
I mean, you know, I mean that would that I mean they can they still have to give you an event like that is basically supposed to be your notice. Is that if they come up to you and tell you, "Hey, we have to evict you." They can't just tell you get out right now. Like you have to have time in order to get your stuff out.
I think they can do like, hey, if we have to tell you one more time or something, you can be like,
I think even then, no, it's just like during their set date when they're supposed to be out, that is when they have to actually go out. It's like, you know, they just have to give you a notice, but at that point of the set date of your notice, if you be like, "Hey, now you have to get out," they can bring if you know, if you don't leave or anything, they can immediately get cops involved to be like, "Hey, you know, you gotta get out now."
yeah.
Like otherwise you're just gonna get uh arrested or whatever for trespassing.
Or you are the lady with the bees and attack the cops. Bees.
I don't even know that one.
That actually happened.
I know, I'm saying I don't know about it.
Uh, Still the best fucking news you can hear. Like you're like, oh, news, like the world is ending. Okay, okay. A lady in somewhere in America is attacked police officers with beats. You're like, what?
Okay.
Like, come again?
Hmm. That's something to do. Uh, hmm.
She was squatting on like some in some house or something or a hotel room or something.
Right.
And I think the owner, like, I think the thing was he didn't really care at the time because it was like uh someone wasn't owning it, but probably was gonna sell it, and then she was there, so he has to get rid of her because she doesn't actually pay anything, and she just
Right.
and for some reason she attacked the cops with bees.
Weird to go. It's weird. Um, what else? It kind of reminds me of that story. I mean, it doesn't. It's nothing about cops though. It's very well known, especially if you watch any legal channels. Like they usually talk about this as like a legal thing. Um, so that somebody did. I forget what state it was in, but
Probably
somebody
Florida.
made a could be. I don't know though. I don't remember. It was a shotgun booby trap. The idea is that it was in self defense. Is the thing. The guy did it in self defense because he knew he was about to get like robbed or whatever else, or like someone's gonna come in to like hurt him and all that. Like that was definitely happening. And like he had that set up for the guy who was coming to do that, and the guy did show up and was going to do that, but again he triggered it, and I don't know if he got actually did get shot or whatever else, but it's like that is still not legal. It's not
Ah,
self defense. You can't count it as self defense. I mean, he did it for that reasoning, but it can't be counted as self defense because it's like you're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to hurt, even if it's on your own private property, anything of that sort. You are not allowed to hurt anyone to a severe degree, even if they're trying to do the same to you. So if someone's trying to kill you, you can't kill them and be. I mean, yeah, you can own self defense for that kind of thing, but it's like, I mean, you're still gonna get jail time, obviously, because you killed somebody.
isn't it manslaughter? It goes under if you do
I
it
think
by.
so. Yeah. I mean, they usually say like under self defense, like you still get there, but it's like it wasn't. It's basically non premeditated. It's like it's not premeditated at all. It's just like it happened, and it's like you were trying to, be self defense and all that, but
Right now, that depends on the state, also, by the way.
yeah, it also depends on the state. But most of the time, that's what it is, though. It's just like you were in self defense. They get that. They understand, and it's all you could do to make sure you didn't get mortal wounds, die, whatever.
Yeah.
But they still have to kind of put you in jail because you did kill somebody, regardless of the reason. It just means that your sentence will be drastically decreased because it wasn't out of malice or anything like that.
I'm glad I'm
It's
not
like you
continuing
still get a
the
sentence, just not a big one.
this self-defense joke, by the way.
Huh?
No, I was gonna think like I was thinking about something stupid, but I'm not gonna say it.
Hmm. That just reminds me of a self defense rule in school, like in the school I was in. Their rule
You
was that in order to have self defense, you cannot be the first one to throw a punch, obviously, or like to do anything violent towards other person. They have to do it twice upon you. If they do it once and then you get them back, it's a fight. Like it's a full on fight between the both of you. There's no self defense. They have to do it twice to you before you can claim self defense to like the principal or whatever. They have to like hit you, and then they have to try to hit you again. Then you can you defend and be sure it's self defense. But you weren't allowed to, if they hit you, you couldn't hit them back. Otherwise, you were both in trouble.
I want to say something stupid, but I
I get it.
won't.
I mean, you can say whatever. I mean, it depends, really. I mean, I don't know. So,
Um.
like, if it's like, is it treading upon TOS or what do you mean?
Oh no, this joke is dark. Does
I
that mean
mean,
if a shooter comes into school and only shoot you once, you can't
oh,
defend
that
yourself?
okay. No, that's a different story. We're talking about a fight, not that.
You understand what I mean? Like
I know. But I'm saying as a fight, that's when those rules apply. If it's something like that, do whatever you can to stop the person, or don't. Either try to stop the
I
person
mean,
or
of
just
it,
hide or try
if
to
it's
run
the
away. That's all
police,
you can do.
they won't do anything. They will just stare at it and do
And that's what
nothing.
happened last time. Straight up nothing. I don't know, but
A friend of mine that lives in America, he said that their teacher has a gun in school.
that's a weird thing. Honestly,
Yeah, but do you see the issue? If a teacher
I
needs to
see
have
why. Okay, I see why, but it's like I don't think they should have a firearm.
no,
I think
but
they
the
should
issue
have like
is
maybe like a stun gun or maybe something like that. Like if it's like authorized, they've been taught to do such a thing. Like because even police or like security guards or whatever, they have something like that. They have to be shot by the stun gun or a taser or whatever. They have to have that done upon them before they can do it to someone else. That's the whole idea. Even like mace or whatever. It's like if you're going to be using mace, you have to be hit with mace first because you need to know how bad it is yourself before you do it to somebody else, so you understand that it's something you shouldn't be doing to a lot of people. Like you have to understand that. So it's mainly what they do.
Yeah, but I mean, issue
I
is
feel like
like,
if that's the case, then they should probably do that.
yeah, but the issue is still that if a teacher needs to
It's still
have a fucking gun in school, do you see an issue with the system at all? Like everyone says, you should trust in the police. Like the police that will let your kids die. Those ones.
I don't know. I don't want to get too into the topic because it's a little of a messy one. And I feel like in any points of it, I don't know. It's just it's fucking weird, and the fact that it's even worse that it's only that the major crazy point of it is America, where it happens almost yearly, and everywhere else, like it happens, just not that frequently. But that's mainly because America guns have extremely easy access.
Did you know that America has the most gun violence in the world?
Oh, I know. Most gun
Like,
violence, most school
like
shootings.
a
They have,
lot. Like it's not
yeah.
a little bit. It's like that's like 2-3 miles long from like I think it was
Mhm.
Japan that was second, which was kind of interesting.
Mhm.
I don't know how their gun laws
Yeah,
are, but it's probably like Yakuza or something that is the issue there. Like,
little bit, but it's like it's mainly because like over in Japan and everything like that, they have to deal with again stuff like the Yakuza and everything else. So it's like they kind of have to deal with that in a way. That's one of the reasons why their laws are so strict upon it. Ours should be strict as hell because of all these different events, but they
uh,
don't.
gun shooting
I
the
don't know.
gun violence stats
Isn't there like a whole
2021.
like psych eval? The thing is like they should have a psych eval, and they should also have a like a reoccurring one for people who want to own a gun here. They just don't. Like I think they mentioned they may want to start doing psych evals and everything. Like, okay, cool. Make sure it's recurring though, because technically anyone's mental state can change at any point in time. So you can have it be monthly, you can have it be a few times a year, something like that. Just have it, you need to be evaluated constantly to see if you have the right. And if at any point it's off, the license gets stripped away from you. And I guess gun wise, like they should have some sort of way to like hold it or do something in that matter with them. I don't know. Some of that sort, 'cause no one should have easy access. There's always a lot of people around here. It's like, like, no, no, I want this because it's like it's a gun. Da, da, da. I'm like, I don't see the point. I mean, a lot of people, it's like, oh, self defense, and the other points, like, there's many other ways to do self defense, and then their whole thing is like, well, what if they have a gun? Then I need one for myself. Like, do you not see the problem here? The problem is neither one of you should have one. Then the whole idea is so they don't have one either. And yeah, sure, there's gonna be a black market that sells it and all that stuff, but it's like, okay, but there should be other means here. I don't know. Stupid stuff. Stupid stuff.
Yeah, this is why I don't think there's ever been a school shooting in Sweden at all. Maybe one.
I don't know. It's even worse when you see people going down the street with guns and everything. And like they can literally say it's like, oh, our Third Amendment, or it's like, we have the right to bear arms is the point. It's like, we're allowed to do this. And like, they do have a permit saying that, they're allowed to usually though it's concealed carry. That's the permit, is to conceal carry. You're allowed to have it on you, but not openly. You're not supposed to be able to see it. So, if like, if a woman has it in her purse or something, or something like that, that's allowed. It's like, hey, if you got the permit for that, cool, go for it.
I
That's
don't think this stat is correct because it says that America only have like 400,000 deaths per year. I feel like there's more when it comes to
Yeah,
gun
probably.
violence. It says El Salvador has more. That's closer to like 3 million. Like, isn't
I
that
don't
like
know.
all of
There's just
Salvador?
problems everywhere. You have America, and that's its own problem. You have Mexico and stuff like that with the cartel. You have Asian countries with Yakuza, stuff like that. There's problems everywhere. Well,
Oh well. Well,
I'm
I
not
feel
too
like
sure.
it's. I feel like
Hmm,
it's time to end.
probably, because I was about to say, I don't really think we have much else to talk about, really.
Oh, and
A
we're a little bit above the threshold.
little bit. We're now at 3.5 hours. Which, to be fair, again, the threshold isn't a maximum requirement. It's just like that's where we want to go to is 3 hours. But past that is like we can. It's perfectly fine to. It's just preferred we just at least get to three. And
Yeah, and
like that's the point where we can end. And most of the time, that's actually a good time to end because we usually have other stuff to do. So, ugh, my stomach's gonna hurt. I was gonna stream last night, but I had freaking stomach problems.
yeah, had stomach problems tonight too. I was trying to sleep, but that's.
And it's like,
But yeah,
I don't know. I ate something, and it's just like
stop eating.
I had like extreme stomach issues. Like it hurt like hell. And I'm like, ah. So it's just like I don't know. That was rough. But sucks too because I was gonna continue the Ocarina of Time thing. The that enemy randomizer
Yeah.
is fucking chaotic, man. I literally went to the spirit temple because one of the owl drops put me outside the spirit temple. I'm like, you know what? Sure, I'll try this. I'll try to complete the child version. And I go in there and it's like, as soon as you enter, you go to the left where the child bit is, and then like there's the one room with the spinny sharp thing, whatever, and there's a hole in the middle you have to climb through.
Mm-hmm.
Basically get to the first locked door. Okay, so before the locked door, like before we get to that hole, like in the room with the spinning thing, it would always spawn in random things. You'd have that one thing that comes out of the ground and has like sharp blades going around. You would have the Dark Nut, the guy with a huge axe that takes 4 hearts from you every time you get hit. Then you'd have the huge Moblin from the Lost Woods, like that hits the giant hammer down. And in this case, he has free range to aim anywhere you are instead of just like in 3 spots. So it's like he can literally toss you across a room, and then you have the giant sculptulas that come down and everything that if you get too close to them, they spin. I would get stuck in a corner because they would spawn there and then get me in a corner. And the thing is, you don't lose health when they do that. It just knocks you back. So I was stuck in a corner, getting knocked back constantly. I couldn't move. I was like, well, fuck, I'm stuck. I couldn't move. But I went through there, and there was a room where you like climb up a rock wall or anything. It's either there were a bunch of enemies on the ground, or at the top there was like the spinning guy coming out, and he would like come down and like try to kill me. I'm like, I can't even progress. I maybe died like 10, 15 times in that one area because I couldn't progress. Like,
Huh.
god damn it.
But yeah, well, as I said, this is the end. We are getting close to the
Yeah,
end.
pretty much. I do recommend, by the way, you play that version. You should.
Yeah, yeah, good for you, Pat Better.
Mhm.
So, me and Nectus probably, hopefully, will be back Tuesday with some Minecraft Dungeons.
Mhm. And Thursday, I believe you said you wanted to do Dead Island.
Yes.
Okay.
Not that we start a new series, guys. Definitely not. Of
No, 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 no. Well, one is about to end once we start the last game in it,
yeah, well,
and the other one is probably going to end hopefully Tuesday. Probably not though, because we have to do a lot of
No,
stuff
we
on
have
Legends.
the
We
whole
probably have a couple
fucking.
more streams
I think we have at
because we have
least
to.
two more. Next one and the one after, because
Yeah, because we have to
we have
beat
the
the rest of the
Nether.
DLCs, which won't take long.
We have
But
the
then we
Nether,
have, yeah, but
and
then
then
we
we have the
have to
end.
go do the stronghold stuff. We have to go back and get all the ender pearls, and then we have to go to the stronghold, and then from the stronghold get taken to the end, and that'll take some time. So we do that, and again, once we beat that, we already have the next series planned as Diablo, and then
We
yeah,
don't have
of
a
course.
series after Halo though, which
Yeah, we don't have one currently, and Halo will be ended once we finish Infinite, which we're starting 2 weeks from now. So
yeah, hopefully, depending on you.
hopefully. So well, I mean, I would like that depends. Yeah, it definitely depends on me and work, depending on if they call me in at
Yeah,
times. But hopefully 2 weeks from now we start Infinite and we can finish that up. It shouldn't take too long. To be fair, these Halo games aren't taking too long. The thing that was taking us forever was Spartan Ops because it's a long fucking game. Uh which we can always continue in the future, but I think
yeah,
we just put it on hold really because there's other stuff we want to get to and play. So we can do that. Technically, we could replace Halo with Borderlands because we were already starting it. So we can just move that up.
yeah. I actually finished the shit out of that, so basically
Yeah.
get that done.
Yeah, we can always do that. 'Cause
And
we started
then
that
of
series.
course off one timers is gonna come up, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, there's always like one shot stuff or one offs as I like to call them. So
Yeah, which I, which is often dependable on other people. Often.
yeah, a lot of times the one offs are co-op, like up to 4 people usually. So that's usually when those happen. But other times it could be just a game that we saw and we're like, oh, hey, this would be kind of fun. Want to do it sometime? Sure. We just plan out a day and like, there we go. Or it's like a day where we're literally sitting there like, what the fuck are we going to do? I don't
Then
know.
it's then
Looks
we
at our
just say
library. Hey, there's this game. Let's give this a shot.
dumbest game we can find. Like, yeah,
Pretty much. There's a lot of dumb games, man. A lot of them we still have yet to try.
yeah. So, we are, well, yeah. So basically, that's what we usually do. You should check out other places. You know, where we
Gonna plug. I'm gonna push all my buttons here to show you all my stuff to plug. Also some shout outs.
Yeah, and as
Shout
I've
out
told other people,
Twig.
you have to do it yourself. I'm not your goddamn
Yeah.
fucking
I'll
play.
mention Danix. We mentioned Danny earlier. I also mentioned Urgix earlier, so I'll put him in. Also mentioned Moto earlier. There's his name. I don't know. There's some people to go follow as well. A lot of people to follow.
Just go follow the
Uh,
whole collab shit.
yeah, it's usually what I have on my thing. I have basically post on my Discord server. You can go to
Ooh, I
my
wonder if I
Discord
can
server. That's
make
where we
like a
are on the
command that has
stage.
all the Twitch channels for everyone. I can make a command
Yeah.
with.
To be fair, you could do that, or you could technically make a card, like a card, go to the website for it, and then just like put everyone's things that you want to share, all your stuff, and then you could put like, other creators, like put that below it and just like put all their stuff that you want to shout out. So you just make like a one link carries all of
Yeah,
it
but
for everybody else.
then I have to actually look like I'm professional, okay?
We don't have to make it look professional. You just have it so for
No,
your
no, no.
sake,
It
it's
will
one command.
make you look at some like I'm professional.
Okay, well that's the best part because then you just have like, whatever the word is called, not lunar distance.
Professionalism.
No, it's like what's the word where it's like uh you think it's one thing, but the more you look into it, it's actually the other. So it's like or it's like completely unexpected, basically. I
Do you
forget, but
even
anyway.
realize that I'm actually terrible at what I'm doing?
I don't know. Point is though, like I said, I posted my Discord server, so there's that. You can go there. That's where we're talking right now. Is the stage channel. So every time we do a podcast, we have the stage channel. You can actually go there to get no delay talking of what we're doing, so you can actually listen to us as we're talking, no delays. So that's the main purpose of it for me, at least. Uh, it's just nice, I guess. Plus, I mean, it's a little bit easier to do because loading Twitch up or something like that is a bit annoying on a phone, for example. Say if you're somewhere else or you have bad internet or wherever, it's like you can just get on your phone, connect to the stage channel. You don't need to worry about muting or anything because you're in the audience, so you can just hear us, and you can just go over to the text channel, talk if you want to. It's like it's a lot easier to load than say Twitch. So
Yeah.
yeah. Then we have the Gilded server, which is for the entire collab group we have. Not very well used right now, but that's only because we don't have anyone really there. That's
Yeah.
really it. If more people join, we'll become more active.
Yeah. And then of
Uh,
course,
I'll,
what? Were you gonna say something
uh,
else?
I was gonna say the Clips channel.
Oh yeah, which I think it's exclamation mark CCC on my check or CCC
Yeah,
TV.
yeah. For me, it's a CCC, but like I got that, and that'd be the Clip channel you can go to for all of our clips. I have not been uploading very frequently on there. I will try to do some more as soon as I can.
Yeah,
Add some
and
more clips.
I have had issues with not having funny moments because I'm not funny.
Yeah. Most of the time, at first, it was just like we kind of had it where it's just like whenever it's collabs between us, then it became collabs for anybody in the group. And sometimes it depends really. We could just have like a clip where it's just us and we just want to post it there for funny business, just to have our where we can
Yeah.
promote our own channel that way. So I don't
Yeah.
know.
And the issue is like I have tried to tell Danny that he should upload on it. It's like
Yeah.
it's the only other guy that has access to it. No one wants to
Yeah,
give me the
because
email
no
address.
one else wants to give an email address because it usually has something revealing in that case. Argix, for example. I
I
don't know about
don't know if
Motar, but
Mota really gives a fuck, to be honest. Like that's
I
the
don't think he
issue.
cares all that much, to be fair. I mean, it's whatever, I guess. To be fair though, I could you can actually just download clips without being an editor from somebody else's channel. I have a way to do that. But yeah. If you wanted to do that, if you could just ask him, be like, "Hey, can I put this clip up there?" And if he's like, "Sure," it's like, "All right, there you go." No. I also posted a wish list link for myself. Don't worry about it. No one ever goes to it.
I have a thing coming in soon.
Yeah. But it's a throne wish list. Basically, just look up my name on
Yeah,
Throne
guys, you should go buy him a donut.
or throne.me/you. It's kind of funny how that's pronounced. Mine is a different link, but I'll just put the one they use now, which is I think it's actually thronegifts.com slash or sorry dot me slash you slash next. I don't know. It's fucking weird the way they do this.
Why?
I don't know. They have different links to it. The one I have on here is jointhrone.com/u/nexus, but I think the normal one is thronegifts.me or thronegifts.com.
For me,
It's
it's
it's it's all weird.
throne.me/winningcatboy to get to my front page.
I think every time I have to do it, I always have to put a /u, like the letter U. I don't know. Anyway, there's that, and I shouted out everyone we talked about today. Swede, obviously, because he's here. Danny, Erdrix, Motar. I just put in all the stuff. I didn't even notice Erdrix was playing Breath of the Wild. Huh, neat.
Oh, that's me.
Wait, what the fuck? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What the hell?
What?
What's that again? Why are you shouting me out? I just noticed. I try to shout out Motar, and it's shouting me out. It's exclamation point
Oh,
SO.
I have the throwngifts.com/u/winningcatboy.
Wait a minute. Hold on. What is Motar's? Is it just main Motar?
Yeah, maybe. Right, that's the one.
Let me see. Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, and we have
Hmm.
other social medias, by the way. We have Twitter, which I'm Swinning Catboy.
Hmm.
YouTube, which is Swinning Catboy.
You could just say it's Swing Catboy everywhere, and say the
Basically.
platforms you're on.
I am not on Mastodon.
I am.
Yeah, because you're weird.
I don't really use it that much. It's mainly just for for a deal there.
But yeah, no.
I'll say this. I mean, it's not a bad place to be, and it's not that confusing once you get into it. It's just all depends, I guess.
But yeah, Swinning Catboy everywhere. It's next to 71C everywhere.
Okay, I see what it is. Take a
Yeah,
mind spot.
yeah.
Next to someone say everywhere to know to people actually do want the whole Mastodon link. It's Nexus 71C at dice.camp. That's my Mastodon link. You actually have to know the full thing in order to follow me, I think.
So what you're saying is it's a trash website.
No, it's just that it's not the thing is because it's not one website. It's not one overall thing like say, Twitter is. It's that you have multiple different websites or servers that all have their own different set of rules or topics. So and you could be on one of the servers and still follow and talk to people on the other servers. It's just there to host you in that case. So it's like you don't like the way these guys are setting up the rules, you don't like their rules, go to another one. You just move your person over and now you have their set of rules. And if you want, you can host your own and have your own set of rules. So it's whatever. I mean, there's global rules you have to follow, whatever. Anyway, yeah, no, like I said, I'm next to One See Everywhere. Also, another YouTube channel I have is Animus Reactus for all their reaction stuff. Not been uploading a lot there lately. I do have some in the background, but right now I'm trying to learn the new editor that I've started with. It's taking some time, so once I get the hang of that, I'll probably try to work on it some more. The only reason why I didn't edit as much before is because Premiere was being an asshat. Everything I did, it kept like not responding or whatever bullshit. So it's like it just pissed me off enough to where I don't want to edit today. And that went on for a very long time, as we know. So it's like now maybe it'll work better as soon as I learn how to use it. The DaVinci Resolve. So we'll see.
Oh my god.
That'll be the day I start uploading again. Well, actually, no, I have been. I've been uploading you get the point. When
By
I
the
start
way,
editing videos. There we go.
did you check one of the games on this Prime?
Oh, what?
Prime? Prime
I haven't
Gaming?
looked at Prime in a long time.
One of the free games is Dishonored 2
Oh shit!
through
So we get the
GOG.
first. So we get the first one on Epic. We get the definitive edition on Epic, and then you get the GOG version on on. We get the second one on GOG. That's cool. I'm gonna have to do that. I don't think I actually own it. Oh wait, what is this? Oh, it's for the Prime thing though, isn't it? What is this? Hold on. Where does it go to though? Oh, sweet. Claim Quake. Do it. Granted, we can play it on Xbox, but do it anyway.
I mean, if it's
That's another
free,
game I
I'm
want us to play.
probably gonna claim it anyways.
I know. I'm just saying, like, it's. I do. That's another game I want us to play. I know we're ending here. I'm just gonna mention it real quick. That's another game I do want us to play though. Is Quake because it's co-op because it does have a co-op feature. Same with Doom. All the Doom. Okay, Doom 1, 2, and 3. We can play co-op. That's nothing I want to do. What? Why you sound like you're constipated?
I don't know. Didn't even thank me for my Prime sub. See how it is.
What? I didn't get it. I didn't get it.
What? Yeah, well, Prime subs are weird.
Yeah, that's why I didn't thank you. I didn't get a notif. It's because usually you have to wait and they'll tell you like, oh, tell or share about your months or whatever, and then you can put a message. And sometimes that doesn't show up for a while. So I wouldn't know. But thanks. The only way I knew is because you told me.
I need to get Quake on Epic. That means that I have to open Epic. Means that I have to.
I mean, you can't. I mean, you can get it there, or you can. It's up to you because Quake is owned by Bethesda. So, well, ZeniMax, which has ID. Anyway, it has that. So you don't need to worry in a way because it'll be on Game Pass. It's there. It's something you can do. It's another option. Right now, I'm claiming Dishonored 2.
I'm just waiting for GOG to update.
Oh, I went to the website a lot faster. Just gog.com/redeem. So it's like it's a little faster.
The face is fast, but
That sounds a little weird if we're gonna be honest.
I don't see the issue here.
I see a few of them. There's a few issues. There's a lot of Metal Slug games
It didn't
I for free.
oh, it was because I accidentally pressed another button.
Yeah.
I need to sign in first. God damn it.
All right. Well, I believe again that should be our end. We've basically promoted everything. I don't know. I want to say I don't know when I'm going to continue. The last thing I'll promote is of my Twitter. I've been doing a lot of random game giveaways, so you can try to enter that if you want to. You just have to go, basically, just follow me there. You'll see a post whenever I make it, I guess, and just like retweet. You're done. You'll be entered, and we'll see if you win. I've already had winners already for a few games.
And
The
I
last
wasn't
game I gave
part.
away was Flame of the Flood.
Yeah. Woo!
I
I've
don't know.
dishonored two
I had
now.
fun.
I can dishonor
Nice.
everyone now.
Twice as much.
Wouldn't surprise me
I
if I
can't be the
actually
only one who had that
own
joke.
it.
Yeah.
I can.
So now we have to, that's
I'm gonna be honest. I think I might even fucking own it on fucking PlayStation. Would surprise me.
yeah. I don't think I own I own the first Dishonored is the thing. Like I actually bought the original Dishonored for 360, and I think I have the definitive as well on Xbox. But hey, having the PC version's good. Actually, wait, don't I have that on Steam? Because didn't that wasn't that a part of a bundle? Let me go
Surprise
check.
me, to be honest.
Let me see. I have the original Dishonored on Steam.
Next, you can get one of the adventure pass for free for Minecraft Dungeons.
Oh, really? Just one or
The
which one?
Fauna
Is it
Fair.
specific?
I think this is the latest one.
Uh,
Oh, it might only be for
what do
PC though.
oh,
Yeah, PC for platform PC.
oh, what is that? A part of the Prime or what?
Yeah, really far down.
Where, where do I see that?
If you scroll down really far.
Oh yeah, I gotta claim claim the Destiny content that I never use.
Why
I
wouldn't you
just
use
claim
that?
it so it's there.
Ah, Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, which I've only played once before. That's a game we need to play.
I do have it.
I do too.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, Fun Affair Adventure Pass. I guess I can add it. I guess, but yeah, it's probably just gonna be
It says PC in the
for
bottom
that.
if you check.
I'll still redeem it, I guess. Might as well. Yep, Adventure Pass for Windows. I'll redeem it, but yeah,
Yeah.
uh, yeah. No,
But
we should
with
definitely
the
stop the stream. So
yeah, so see you guys tomorrow on my side. Cause
yep,
I'm streaming tomorrow.
maybe
Again.
tonight on my side. Yeah,
Probably
I
not,
might stream tonight.
guys.
Depends on how I feel.
Yeah, see you guys next time. Don't eat your
No,
children. And I mean from
wait,
the Nerd Ensemble at
what?
least. What?
I don't know. You cut out. Don't what?
Don't worry about it, okay?
Don't kidnap children? Is that what I heard?
No, no, definitely not.
I mean, definitely don't do that. But I'm saying, what did you say?
Don't eat children.
Close enough. Still, don't do that either.
But yeah,
Okay.
at least from our side, because we're not gonna talk. Well, we're gonna talk with each other. But a happy New Year to people that's watching this episode. Unless I upload it after the New Year, well then. Well,
Yeah.
you're gonna have a terrible 2023.
Probably. I'll say this much. Last thing that we never mentioned: New Year's resolution. Don't care. Don't have one. Don't want it.
I only have goals.
It's a boring thing.
I think it's better to put
I
goals
don't
than,
really
because then at
have that
least,
either. I mean, at this point, put a goal, I guess, because at this point, it's like, if you don't hit it, you don't hit it. That happens. Resolution, it's like you're saying, oh, I'm going to become a new me. And it's like, if you don't, you feel bad about yourself. And it's like, eh, it's just words, man. Words don't mean anything.
I mean, I feel like what you should try.
Well, okay, that depends on the words that you say. It's the intent behind the words, really, but you get the point. You should
Murder.
try, but it's like if you fail,
Mass
everybody
murder.
fails. That's probably something you shouldn't do.
Oh.
Okay, well, before we get banned off of Twitch for the random shit that he be saying, yeah, goodbye, everybody. Hope you have a
Bye.
great New Year's and all that stuff. If
Don't blow everyone
this
up
comes out after
because,
later
uh,
with your
bad.
fireworks. Don't do that. Make sure you aim up. Don't aim to the side. That's a good note.
Aim at your neighbor, what?
Bye. What?